May I please? I would like to mention for listing, Lordship, this is regarding eviction matter, Lordship. Earlier also eviction notices were issued, and those were stayed by this honorable court. But again, the notices have been issued, Lordship, again. To
When do you
vacate the
want
land on 6th of October, Lordship.
You want the matter to be listed on 6th of October?
No, no,
Then?
on 29th, Lordship. Friday.
I-
Four matters are there, Lordship.
Well, I have a prayer for Milord, the moving in matter, actually matter today, Milord, if possible, Milord. It's regarding Milord, the no confidence motion. The notice was served yesterday. Milord, it's without jurisdiction, Milord, and the meeting is on 30th, Milord,
29th.
29th.
May it please, your Lordships. Lordships, I pray for listing of a motion on Friday, my lords. It's regarding eviction, my lords. There is some urgency. Oblige.
May I please, your lordship, or the consent from others that I beg to mention item number 21, your lordship.
Yes.
Matter relates to service tax, your lordship. We have filed our affidavit, your lordship. Similar matter are fixed on after puja vacation. Your lordship. May this matter may also be taken up after puja vacation. Your lordship.
May I pray before Lordship?
1 minute, 1 minute. Mr. Sahu, you are there in this case.
Yes, my lord.
You have any objection?
No, no objection. My lord, similar matter is 23 also. the same.
23 also, your lordship.
All right, you take down item 21. Miss R.M. Dekar, Learned Standing Council GST authorities appearing for the respondents in this case has sought posting of this matter after the puja vacation,
Yes, ma'am.
along with similar matters pending before this court with a request to grant 4 weeks time to file affidavit.
Affidavit I have already filed. your lordship.
Similar matters posted before this court. Mr. D. Sahu, learned counsel for the petitioner, is present and does not have any objection if the prayer is allowed. In view of the above, admission hearing of this matter stands adjourned for 4 weeks. Register to list this case along with WPC number.
WPC number 4376 and 4648.
4376 is one which is being adjourned. Mr. Sahu, you don't understand what I'm saying. What is the case number of the similar
Yes,
matter?
I will provide the list. your
You
lordship.
can't make a mention for similar matter without mentioning the case number.
My lord, interim relief may kindly be continued, sir.
With WPC number so and so and other similar matters. Interim order passed and in this case shall continue until further orders. Yes,
Interim relief, sir.
interim continue.
May I pray,
Yes.
Lordship, for listing a case number 5242/2023, which was on 13/9. Notice was not issued, but
What is the matter about?
matter about my lord, jute harvesting,
Huh?
jute harvesting of some evicted patta land.
Hmm.
But respondents said till that do not assist. So this matter may be listed on Friday, my lord.
Not Friday. Friday, no more listing. You have it on 4th October, 4th of October. 4th October, yes.
Uh, May I please, Milord, I beg to mention for a listing of a pending motion matter, Milord, regarding termination of fetus, Milord. Regarding a DNA, my lordship has already heard, Milord.
No, the
Some-
bench is now changed.
My lord,
You have to go to the appropriate bench.
my lord,
When the order was passed, the court was taking a different bench.
my lord.
This is not a bench 5 matter.
Bench 5 matter, Milord. I have mentioned it before bench 4 and bench 4 has, Milord. That's why it come up as a bench 5 matter, Milord, before my lord, Milord. My lord. On
When do you
Fri-
want it?
Friday, Milord. Some.
Any other day, Friday.
Milord,
we are
what
on.
has happened, Milord, the tenure of that fetus is growing, Milord. That's why some urgency is there, Milord. The DNA test has failed. The accused is absconding, Milord. That's why, Milord, we want to terminate it, Milord.
All right.
Oblige, Milord.
May please, your Lordship. Lordship, I beg to mention item 19, Lordship.
Hmm.
Item 19, Lordship.
Hmm.
Kindly pass over the matter for the day, Lord.
You are for the petitioner,
Petitioner, Lordship.
as paid for by learned counsel for the petitioner. This matter stands passed over. List again after the puja vacation.
Oblige.
Please, your lordship. Your lordship may kindly allow adjournment of item number 17 for today,
Item number 17,
my lord.
17.
Yes, my lord. 17.
On the request of learned counsel for the petitioner, admission hearing of this matter stands adjourned for 2 weeks.
Most of
May I
them.
please, Lordship? Also, I pray for listing of a writ petition, my lord, for motion, my lord. Now, urgency is that my lord, the petitioner is running a food packaging unit, my lord.
Hmm.
By without issuing a prior so cause notice, my lord, yesterday that unit was, my lord, sealed, my lord. May I pray that the lordship will take it up for consideration on Friday, my lord.
All right.
I'm obliged.
Daily list for motion item 1.
May I
Yes.
please, your lordship, lordship, in this matter, bids were invited by the chairman cum managing director, Lower Assam CAD Authority, Irrigation Department.
Why tender matters are being listed before bench 5? This is a tender matter.
Yes,
Lordship,
Is it a bench 5 matter?
yeah, bench 4 matter otherwise lost. Sorry? Non-payment of contextual bill, Lordship.
Let it go before the appropriate bench, based on Friday.
Friday.
Yes, so and so, learned counsel for the petitioner is present. It appears that. No, you're right. This is a tender matter. It appears that this writ petition pertains to civil bench 4. The registry to therefore verify and list this case for motion again on 29/9/2023 before the appropriate bench.
On previous occasions, some instructions were sought for.
Sorry?
Some instructions were sought for on the previous occasion. Your Lordship. It's regarding,
SP has sent an instruction.
So what is the instruction? Under which provision of law it has been sealed? You are going to produce the dhaba in the court. If accused are committing crime,
Yes,
then you will seize the immovable property.
that instruction is not sufficient enough, my lord. It is.
Let
not
the
in
SP
last
come,
week.
then let him come and explain.
Next week,
Huh?
1 week more, member, my lord, may be given to appropriate instructions.
No, if the SP doesn't understand the issue, then he has to come, no? Is he going to produce the property in the court as an exhibit,
No,
as a material exhibit? Why is he seizing the dhaba and under which provision of law it has been sealed?
that is why, my lord, I am
If
asking.
illegal activities are going on there, you record the statement of the witness and proceed against the accused on the material.
Let it be one more Sanch, my lord, next week.
We are having it on 4th, but you please tell him that we are
Fine,
calling him
fine,
to explain his conduct.
fine.
Under what provision of law this has been sealed?
Yes, my lord.
The
That is-
owner of the dhaba, the premises, what is his involvement here? Is there any allegation of complicity?
That is not reflected here, my lord. It's not
This will
sufficient.
be the last chance, Ms.
Mine.
Bormon. You better tell it to your
Mine.
client, your officer. Mr. B.J. Mukherjee, learned counsel for the petitioner is present. In terms of the order dated 13/9/2023, Ms. Burman, learned government advocate Assam, has obtained instruction from the superintendent of police Bongaigaon and placed the same before this court. However, on perusal of the written instruction, I find that the officer has not addressed any of the issues flagged by the court. There is no mention as to under what provision of law immovable property has been seized. Stop. It is also not understood as to why the owner of the premises should be deprived of possession merely because some miscreants had allegedly committed offenses under section 376/406/506 34 of the IPC. Be that as it may, on the request of Ms. Burman, Learned Government Advocate Assam, this matter is directed to be posted again on 4/10/2000, on 6/10/2023 for motion as a fixed item, so as to give her one last opportunity to obtain complete instruction in the matter.
Next.
Item 3.
Right, Milord, last order, Milord, instruction was sought for. The respondent was.
Yes, what is the instruction?
My lord, so far as 3Z notification is concerned, land as well as Zirat, they have determined some amount and that is being put to notice to the petitioners also.
What is the amount?
Is at clause 5
Hmm.
for payment of land, my lord, 3,39,661.28. And for Zirat, my lord, 1,08,500. But so far as RCC construction is concerned, my lord, that is yet to be notified, my lord. Or it is that assessment have received from that executive engineer PWD, my lord, and it has sent for competent for 3Z award for approval, my lord. And that assessing amount regarding RCC construction is 1,07,63,200, my lord.
1 crore 7 lakhs.
63,200, my lord. Clause 7, it is mentioned. in
That
the-
is double the amount he is claiming. You give
Yes,
him
and
50%. That's
Along with that, 100%.
according to you, the total value is what, 5 crores?
5 crores.
Acha, that is less. But in any case, if you are dissatisfied with the amount, read petition is not the
Fine.
remedy.
That 1 crore would be with 100% solatium, my lord, it will be 2 crore, almost.
Yes,
So-
Milord, Milord, let them file, Milord, affidavit, we will response to the, Milord.
No, what affidavit, everything, he can't ask them to file affidavit on every point. We'll record this, your statement.
Now, in that case, Milord, short time may be given, Milord, we will take, Milord, instruction from my client, Milord, this is the, Milord, situation, Milord. Position as, Milord, instructed, Milord.
If they are
And,
disputing provision of law is there,
Milord, the copy.
Arbitration
copy
and
of
all
the,
these
Milord,
things.
instruction may be furnished to us, so that we can contact our client, Milord, this is the, Milord.
No, what is the copy? She is saying that compensation for the building has been determined at so and so amount,
yes,
which along with solatium will be
100%.
near 100% solatium will be nearly double that amount.
Hello.
So if you are not satisfied with the amount,
Now,
you have to approach the arbitrator. That's
exactly, Milord, exactly, Milord,
Yeah.
I am not disputing this.
all right. Heard Mr. M. Mondal,
It
learned
will
counsel
be
appearing for the
Monday,
writ petitioner. Also heard Miss M. Burman, learned government advocate Assam appearing for the respond numbers. You don't know.
Five and 6, my lord.
Respond number 5 and numbers 5 and 6, who has obtained written instruction from the district commissioner Gwalpara and submits that compensation for the land as well as Jirat has been estimated by the department at rupees 3,39,661.28 and 1,08,500 respectively. Those compensation amounts have already been notified.
Yes,
First up, Ms. Burman further submits that the compensation for the RCC building has been estimated at
1 crore,
1 crore
7,63,200. Clause 7.
1,07,63,200, which along with 100% solution would be double the amount, full stop. According to Ms. Burman, the estimated compensation for the RCC building will also be notified soon. Therefore, the learned government advocate Assam has prayed for closing this matter by submitting that if the petitioner is dissatisfied with the amount of compensation, then statutory remedy can be availed in this regard. Similar the stand of Ms. R. Bora, Learned Standing Council NHIDCL, appearing for the respondent numbers 2 and 3. Ms. R. Devi, Learned CBC, is present on behalf of respondent number 1, and Ms. G. Hazarika, Learned SC Revenue Department, Assam, for respondent number 4. In view of the developments in the matter, Mr. Mondal seeks posting of this writ petition again on 4/10/2023, so as to enable him to obtain updated instruction from his client facilitating disposal of the writ petition. Whatever is your instruction, I can tell you the order that will be passed on 4th. We'll close it. If you're dissatisfied, you go and
Yes, exactly.
so
We're not
only for your, you could have agreed for that order.
Yes,
Even if you don't agree, we'll pass that order.
my lord, copy of the, my lord, time instruction
No, that's it.
may be furnished.
What is there in it? You can give her a copy of the instruction.
Yes, Dr.
Yes.
It's a simple prayer, Lordship.
Hmm.
Only I need police protection for repairing my tube and all these things which are damaged. Next one, page 9 is the first FIR.
You have lodged an FIR which has not been registered.
No, first FIR is registered. First FIR registered case has been registered.
Hmm.
But thereafter also, when I started the work, they beginning obstructed me. Then I said, second FIR, I lodged the last complaint, Annex 3, and that page 16. So again, I approached the police. But this time also, police, they reached the spot, but after starting the work, they left the spot, and the opposite party harassed me again. They have threatened the laborers paid you. So simple prayer, Lordship, that only a direction may be issued to the police authority, only for repairing my tube well, my water pump, these things. Simple.
You obtain instruction, we'll dispose it of next Friday.
Right.
Or Mr. H. Raman, and senior counsel listed by Ms.
P. Agarwal.
P. Agarwal and counsel for the writ petitioner. Peruse the amendments made in the writ petition. The petitioner is aggrieved by inaction on the part of the Gitanagar police. First up, according to the writ petitioner, the police has ignored the application, the petition filed by the writ petitioner seeking police protection against harassment meted out by the respondent number 4, which has come in the way of the petitioner carrying out construction stroke renovations.
Not
in a-
construction, repairing,
repairing what in her own
own place, own tube well, deep tube well,
own in her own house.
Yes.
First up, it appears that based on FIR lodged by the petitioner, Gitanagar PS case number
488/2000.
488/2021
21.
has already been registered under section 448/427/294/506/34 IPC. In view of the nature of grievance expressed in this writ petition, this matter is directed to be posted again on Friday next, give the date, 6th October, so as to enable Ms. M. Burman, Learned Junior Government Advocate Assam, to obtain instruction and appraise this court if any action has been taken in the matter by the police in accordance with law. 2 extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to Ms. Burman.
Item 5.
May please, your lordship. Here in this case, lordship, the respondent number 3 for obtaining loan has offered my LIC policy as collateral security, lordship. And the respondent bank even never informed me that my LIC policy has been kept offered as a collateral security for obtaining the loan. And therefore, and lordship, if your lordship comes to page 19, this is the letter from the bank to surrender the LIC policy, lordship. I have not taken the loan. My son has taken the loan, but he has never informed me, nor I am aware that my LIC policy has been kept as a collateral security, lordship. And to this effect, I have also filed an FIR also, lordship, at page 28. Page 19, lordship, this is the letter from the bank, 15/11/2019, to surrender LIC policy.
She was a guarantor.
No. He was not a guarantor, lordship.
Your lordship, there is an endorsement. We will place all the records before your lordship by the next day, your lordship. I may be allowed to file my report.
Will issue notice that.
Yes, your lordship.
Heard Mr. R. Dhar, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioner. There is the averments made in the writ petition. Assailing the letter dated 15/11/2019, issued by the branch manager, Union Bank of India, Dibrugarh, asking the petitioner to surrender her LIC policy bearing number 9963754847. The instant writ petition has been filed. Mr. Dhar has argued that his client has never stood a guarantor of the loan, nor has she submitted her LIC policy. As such, the policy of the petitioner would not have been used, or nor can it be liquidated for recovery of the loan amount. Mr. M. Sharma, learned standing counsel, Union Bank of India, prays for 4 weeks time to obtain instruction and file detailed affidavit countering the stand of the writ petitioner. In view of the above, NOM's 4 weeks since Mr. Sharma has appeared and accepted notice.
1 and 2.
Huh?
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Yes.
You are for Union of India also.
Your lordship, Union Bank of India, your lordship.
Actually, Union Bank of India.
1 is Union Bank of.
Actually, respondent number 1 and 2. No formal notice is required to be sent to the said respondents. The copies of the writ petition, requisited numbers, be furnished to Mr. Sharma. Petitioner will take steps for service and notice upon respondent numbers 3 and 4 by registered post with AD within a week from today.
I mean, India.
This is a 4-year-old order. What interim order you want? Prayer for interim relief will be considered on the returnable date.
No courtesy action.
What coercive action will take? This is a letter of 2019. They have not dared to take coercive action in last 4 years. You wait for another 4 weeks.
Might please, sir.
Yes.
Lordship, here petitioner's husband expired in accident, my lord, so claim benefit under the notification 15/11/2014.
Heard Mr. M.R. Khandagor, learned counsel for the writ petitioner. The petitioner's husband had died in a motor accident that took place on 28/2/2020. In view of the government circular dated 15/11/2014, the petitioner claims to be entitled to ex gratia compensation of an amount of ₹2 lakhs. However, since her prayer for release of the amount has not been acted upon by the respondent, the instant writ petition has been filed. Issue notice of motion returnable in 6 weeks since Ms. G. Hazarika, learned SC Revenue and Disaster Management Department, Assam, has appeared and accepted notice for respondent number 1. Mr. A. Chalia, learned SC Finance, for respondent number 2, and Ms. M. Bormon, learned Jia Assam, for respondent numbers 3 to 6. Service of notice is deemed to be completed. Extra copies of the requisited numbers, be furnished to the learned departmental council so as to enable them to obtain instruction facilitating disposal of the writ petition at this stage of admission here.
My lord, item 10 and 12 also same. 10 and 12.
10 and 12,
12.
same. Both are husband.
10 father, 12 husband.
10 father, 12 husband. Array of party is same.
Same.
All right. 10 and 12 also same.
May I please, your lordship. My lord, petitioners are the annual patta holders of a land, my lord. They have been, my lord, in 2015, my lord, they have submitted petition for conversion of the land, my lord. That have not been converted, my lord, that have not been considered till date. my lord.
We'll issue notice, heard
Must,
Mr. J.
must.
Sharma, learned counsel for the eight petitioners. The petitioners herein claim to be holders of annual patta in respect to the land involved in this proceeding. Aggrieved due to non-consideration of their prayer for conversion of the patta into periodic patta. The petitioners have approached this court by filing the instant writ petition. Ms. G. Hazarika, learned SC Revenue Department, Assam, prays for some time to obtain inspection in the matter. NOM 66, since Ms. Hazarika has accepted notice for respondent number 1 and Ms. M. Bormon, and Government Advocate Assam for respondent numbers 2 and 3, service of notice is complete. Extra copies be furnished to the learned department council so as to enable them to obtain inspection.
Review.
May I please, your lordship. Here this petitioner lordship, he is a licensed timber shop holder lordship. His lordship, on the lordship, in absence of his lordship, his on villager lordship. He brought a lordship, his own private law lordship. And on that issue lordship, the forest department lordship, he seized my machine lordship, and thereafter lordship, my shop also lordship, sealed lordship. And only that was my only livelihood lordship.
Yes.
Lordship, I'll take notice and seek instructions.
No, notice why, under what provision of law the shop has been sealed?
Lordship, that's why I'll have to look at the
You-
records.
You take your time,
Yes, sir.
tell us the truth. 2 PM today,
Yes, sir.
what is? So and so for the petitioner, peruse the averments made in the writ petition. It appears that the timber shop of the petitioner has been sealed by the respondent number,
So his lordship 4.
respondent number 4. According to the petitioner's counsel, the impugned action is dehors the law and is actuated by malice, full stop. In view of the nature of grievance expressed in the writ petition, I am of the view that the learned standing council, Forest Department Assam should be granted 3 days time to seek preliminary instruction. Mr.
I bought a good.
I, Boda, learned council appearing for the Forest Department has sought posting of this matter again on Wednesday, 4th October for motion. Prayer allowed. 2 extra copies of the writ which will be furnished to the learned departmental council so as to enable them to obtain instruction.
Much of.
I love letters.
You tell us under what provision of law it has been done, or we'll call the officer.
Much of.
May I please, your lordship? Matter pertains to eviction from regular land, my lord. They were similarly granted earlier for the similar case in WBC number 5522 2023, my lord. Impugned letter is at page 64, madam.
Where is it?
Page 64.
Similar matters are pending.
Lordship, yeah, my lord, may kindly please for a moment, page 24, lordship. Page 24.
No, is similar matter pending
Lordship.
when interim orders are operating? Then we'll have it together.
Lordship.
Heard Mr. Your name?
Icha Talukdar.
Otherwise, lordship, the land is required for development purpose of the railway, lordship. The lease agreement is already expired, lordship.
No, but you can't do that.
Lordship,
If your case is what it is,
lordship,
then we'll allow the writ petition.
lordship.
You can't just write letters evicting people.
Lordship, as per the lordship, the contract agreement, lease agreement, lordship.
Mr. Gogoi, you don't know, your colleague has admitted the other day
Lordship.
that this action is not in accordance with law. And she is correct. You talk to Ms. B. Sharma, she will tell you. We will never approve this kind of actions. You can't drive people out of immovable property by writing letters, even if you are railways. You can't do that.
And that part, lordship, otherwise, lordship, is a admitted
Withdraw
position.
all these letters and initiate appropriate proceeding.
Admitted position is a railway land, lordship.
Sorry? It admitted portion is a railway land.
If it is your land,
Lordship.
somebody is in occupation as a tenant,
Okay.
tenancy expires,
Lordship.
can you throw him out of the land?
That cannot.
Even railways cannot do
That,
it.
that cannot be. I cannot
So
say that
that-
it is.
So they are just delaying the process.
Lordship.
They should withdraw these notices and initiate appropriate action.
Lordship.
Otherwise, it's going to be time taking. It'll take years. We can't approve these actions. What authority? Railway is not an extra constitutional.
I'm not
authority.
say, I'm not saying that it's
Then-
an extra constitutional authority.
then-
Lordship.
then-
Otherwise, their right is acquired on the basis of the lease agreement. Lordship.
Correct. They are tenant in
Yeah.
sufferer.
Yeah.
This is called tenant in sufferer.
Lordship.
Yeah, that is, you know about it.
Lordship.
Have you heard about it?
Lordship.
That's a principle, that's
Lordship,
a
lordship.
doctrine under the law.
Lordship, it's
So even in that case, they cannot be thrown out by use of force or
Lordship.
any extra legal means.
Lordship.
You have to either, and well, we'll not give you
Lordship.
advice, you figure it out. So also for the writ petition, peruse the amendments made in the writ petition. The petitioner is primarily aggrieved by the impugned letter dated 4/9/2023 issued by the Divisional Railway Manager, bracket work, bracket close, NF Railway, Lumbing, asking the petitioner and several other occupants of the land to vacate the plot on the ground that the license agreement has since expired. Mr. Talukdar submits that similar matters are pending disposal before this writ petition, and therefore before this court, wherein interim orders are operating. Therefore, similar relief be granted to his client as well. Mr. K. Gogoi,
Lordship.
Planet SC NF Railway authorities appearing for the respondents has prayed for some time to obtain
Lordship.
instruction. NOM 4 weeks. Since Mr. Gogoi has appeared and accepted notice for all the respondents, no formal notice is required to be sent in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition. It is multiple petitioners also, huh? Petitioners.
Lordship.
Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned departmental council within 3 days from today, so as to enable them to obtain instruction. The registry to list this case again along with WPC number
5522.
5522
Of
oblique 2023
Along with
And-
other cases, Lordship.
Huh?
Along with other cases.
and the other connected
Along with other
cases.
cases. Lordship.
Heard on the prayer of extreme relief, having regard to the facts and circumstances of the case, it is hereby provided that status quo as regards the possession of the petitioners over the land in question be maintained till the returnable date.
Other cases are fixed on 6/11/23.
Other cases which are fixed on 6/11/2020.
Lordship. I love best.
Mr. Gogoi, you see, if you want the legal machinery to move
Lordship.
quickly,
Lordship.
then there is a responsibility not only on the judges,
Lordship. Lordship.
the lawyers and even the public authorities.
Lordship. Lordship.
If you take a stance which is apparently against the settled principle of law, these matters will take time.
Lordship, I will convey it.
We
I'll-
can't then say that railway land. So
I-
what, it is railway land.
I'll
We
convey
have
it.
to see whether the action is in accordance with
part of-
law or not.
Lordship.
If it is not in accordance with law, the land will not be vacated.
I
it will take time.
I will convey it. Lordship.
Yes.
I will convey.
So it is your clients,
Lordship.
according to us, who is obstructing the process,
I will convey it. Lordship.
nobody else.
I will convey.
Yes.
There is a caveat, Miller, on behalf of person number 6. There is a caveat
Hmm.
on behalf of person number 6.
Yes.
But another petition on the same cause of action has been pending before this novel court by WPC number 5039/2023. Can it be listed along with those matter, Miller, so that it can be heard analogously?
He too actually agree.
Yes, Miller, I have no objection because Miller.
Number.
Right, and Mr. D.A. Kayum, learned counsel for the petitioner, peruse the amendments made in the writ petition. Mr. M.U. Mondal, learned counsel appearing for the respondent number 6 on the strength of a caveat submits that another writ petition being WPC number 5039/2023 is pending before this court on the same issue, and therefore these matters be taken up together. The said prayer of Mr. Mondal has not been opposed either by Mr. Kayum or by Mr. S.K. Talukdar, learned standing counsel, Corporation Department, Assam, appearing for the official respondent. In view of the above, issue notice returnable in 4 weeks.
Miller, if you lordship, Miller, you should do.
That is also Miller motion matter.
Motion matter.
That is motion matter. All right. In view of the above, register to list this case again for motion along with WPC number 5039 of 2023 in the next week. Diplomas.
Please, your lordship. Matter pertaining to the eviction matter, lordship. It's a Silsaku bill, lordship. The petitioner's land are out of the range of the surveyed area, which is where they are proposed to evict. But this person's dwelling houses are almost their authority started to evict. Some of the neighbor already protected by the honorable court, lordship.
So you are occupying Sarkari land.
Yes, lordship. We applied for settlement.
Hmm.
The process is under process, lordship.
You have already applied.
Yes, lordship. In second case, lordship, item number 14, I have not applied, but for item number 13, I have applied, lordship. May I, your lordship? Hmm? In second case, Pobula has been preferred, but under the scheme Bokundara in item number 13 is applied, lordship.
So the other order is only prior notice, that's all.
Lordship, similar natured cases has already been disposed by this honorable court, your lordship. They also were residing in the Silkaku Bill area. The Silkaku Bill area, the dark numbers, your lordship. These dark number 87, it is mentioned in the Water Bodies Act, your lordship.
Where is the order?
Order I have emailed.
But this, sorry, lordship, petitioners also are not in the range which is surveyed for eviction, lordships. Three two seven three.
The similar cases are mentioned in this order, your lordship. There were several cases.
All right, now you have to vacate. This is Sarkari land. We can only give you time. The courts cannot protect possession over Sarkari land. We are on a fundamental legal principle. So here the courts have to be consistent.
The Exonia land, lordship.
That's government land, Sarkari land. So what is to be done? We can give you some time to vacate the land, that's all. Yes,
Yes, lordship, the fact is that their dwelling houses are outside the range where the government is proposed to evict, lordship, or started to evict. But they are out of the range, lordship.
but is there any eviction notice?
No, lordship, nothing, lordship.
Then it's apprehension, your lordship.
Then
Not
let them
apprehension,
serve
lordship.
notice and then proceed. We'll
No,
dispose
lordship
it. Of.
recording, actually, these dark
Not
numbers
apprehension.
these dark numbers are reserved in the Water Bodies Act. It is there mentioned in the second paragraph of.
So we'll also
Order.
observe that if a notice is served, then she will have to vacate.
Until that, lordship, they may be protected for.
No stay order, your lordship.
No,
Already
the
served.
eviction will be carried out after serving prior notice.
No, we'll serve the notice, your lordship. Until then,
You want to evict and then serve the notice?
no, your lordship, we'll serve the
Before
notice.
notice
Yes,
is
your
served, you can't evict them as simple as
Yes.
that. What is there in it? See, don't make it completely inhumane process also, all right? It's okay, people are living in Sarkari land, you need the land. The law is tilted towards the state is all understandable. But don't be inhumane.
In the
If the
cases,
process becomes
sir.
inhuman, then we'll interfere.
yes, sir. in the case, WPC mentioned in this order, Your Lordship, the Honorable Court had given them a relevant time period, specific time period, and according to them, they were supposed to vacate
No,
the land.
that fact was
That
different.
interim order was.
Here
given,
she
Your
is
Lordship.
only asking for a prior notice, that's all.
Yes, Your Lordship. Notice will be served.
You serve a notice.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Then we'll see.
Yes.
And the notice must mention the description of the land which is under occupation of the petitioner.
Yes, Your
But Ms. B. Talukdar and counsel appearing for the writ petitioners. The 4 writ petitioners have approached this court by filing the instant writ petition apprehending eviction from the land under their occupation. First up.
Lordship, not apprehending on Saturday, the government personnel came there and embedded some post, Lordship.
Huh?
Embedded some post in the land of the petitioner, Lordship.
Ms. Talukdar submits that although no eviction notice has yet been served upon the petitioners, yet the officials from the revenue department had arrived at the location.
GMD.
GMD authorities had arrived at the location and
Some poster embedded, Lordship, there.
embedded some post therein. Full stop. According to the petitioners, they are not located within the area. Within the, what is that called?
Surveyed area, G.
Within the surveyed,
G mark area.
within the surveyed area marked as G,
G, Lordship.
which falls within the Silsako bill.
Yes.
uh, which falls within the greater area of Silsako bill. Full stop. Ms. Talukdar has, however, fairly admitted that our clients are in occupation of Sarkari land, in respect of which applications for allotment are yet to be
Yes.
submitted. Full stop.
CD surplus land of one.
Full stop. After hearing the counsel for the petitioner, it appears that the only grievance of the petitioner's counsel is to the effect that they should not be evicted without service of prior notice upon them. Full stop. Ms. N. Bordole, learned standing counsel, Revenue Department, Assam, has fairly submitted that notice will be served upon the petitioners before any eviction process is undertaken in respect of their properties, their houses. The learned departmental counsel has also submitted that the petitioners being in possession of Sarkari land, they cannot have any right to claim possession or title over such land unless a specific order of allotment is made in that regard. Similar is the stand of Ms. S. Chutia, learned counsel appearing for the GMD authorities.
Lordship, may kindly note the order copy I have served.
In support of her other above submission, Ms. Bordoloi has relied upon the order dated 31/7/2023 passed by the learned single judge in WPC number 3273 of 2023 to submit that similar writ petitions had earlier been dismissed by this court by granting time to the petitioners to vacate the land on their own. Full stop. Then similar is the stand of Ms. S. Chutia, learned counsel appearing for the GMD authorities. Having regard to the facts and circumstances of the case and the submissions made at the bar, this writ petition is hereby disposed of by providing that if the respondents are proposing to evict the petitioners from the land under their occupation, then in that event, prior notice granting them 15 days time to vacate the land shall be granted, shall be served upon each of the petitioners individually by giving description of the land in the notice, in the respective notices. Full stop. Upon receipt of such notice, it will be open for the petitioners to vacate the land on their own. Full stop. If the petitioners fail to comply with the notices, it will be open for the respondents to proceed in the matter in accordance with law. Acha. Mr. J. Henry, learned government advocate of Assam, appears for respondent numbers 2 and 4.
Lordship,
And
also
only for 1 and Miss S. Chetty for 3. Available.
Lordship, I have not been served copies of this petition, both the cases.
Oh, next round, they will serve.
No, Lordship, they
Say that they, after the order is dictated.
of less, Lordship.
Same method, Lordship.
Huh?
14 is similar,
Similar.
Lordship.
Similar, disposed of.
Okay.
So Ms. Bordoloi, you must communicate to your
Yes, that's why I
officials
was asking a copy of the
That-
petition.
we will see whether the process is human, it is befitting of a civilized democratic society,
Lordship,
but the courts are never going to protect possession of any individual over Sarkari land. That doesn't mean you can embark on a completely inhuman process using
Understand.
bulldozers or whatever and throwing people out. That these are activities, at least the court of law cannot
yes.
ignore.
May I, Your Lordship, regarding the Hilkaku area, the notices were issued long back, Your Lordship, and thereafter they were giving specific time, and also the several rounds of litigation, the petitioners got sufficient time to vacate.
No, but in this case,
Thereafter, the
Apart from this,
recent, thereafter.
in this
the
case, have you
recent
served
eviction-
notice on this?
They have not been served, but
All right.
then only posts are being implanted there, I guess.
All right, then add one more line. The
Lordship,
Learned Standing Council Revenue Department Assam has however fairly submitted that no notice or eviction has yet been served upon any of the writ petitions.
No, Your Lordship.
Then?
These two cases, yes, Your Lordship. These
Notice
two
has been
cases.
served.
No, these two cases notice are
Only
yet
these
to
two
be served.
cases,
Yes.
Leslie.
why not in these two cases, Lordship?
We are only
Lordship,
concerned with this.
yes. Apart from this argument of this case, Lordship, I want to produce one thing, Lordship. This is the project, Lordship, where Lordship 1,000 bigha land are proposed to evict. Now, Lordship, it is more than 18 bigha, Lordship, land has been evicted.
These are matters
Yes,
of policy.
Lordship.
We can't enter into.
Yes, Lordship.
We, as a court,
Yes,
we cannot question the wisdom of the
Yes,
executive.
and as
We
the-
will only see if they are acting in violation
Yes.
of the rights. If we find they are acting, we will interfere.
and hence,
otherwise,
Lordship, these petitioners
You
are-
tell your representatives to raise this question in the appropriate forum.
Yes,
These are not for the courts to decide.
okay, Lordship.
We will only see the procedure and whether the actions are in
These
consonance with the,
are not giving the
constitutional
notice.
philosophy.
Lordship, for
Yes,
communication only, I was asking extra copies.
sorry,
For communication only, I was asking
No,
extra copies.
give her extra copies. If
Yes.
she would have mentioned it in the beginning,
Yes, Lordship.
the matter would have gone to next week. Why don't you give extra copies? They are in difficulties. They have to deal with so many cases.
Copies
You
were
expect her
served,
to
Lordship.
go and get a Xerox of
My
the
name
copy.
is also not reflected
Copies
in
were
the
served,
passport.
Lordship, but
But you please mention these things in
Yes,
the beginning.
definitely.
Ah.
I'll do it. I'm obliged.
obliged, Lordship.
May I
Yes,
please, Madam?
yes.
My lord, against the proceeding which is there before the Assam State Women Commission. What had happened, my lord, 5 teachers of Gurukul Grammar, my lord, they were terminated. They then, my lord, moved to the Assam State Women Commission and instituted a proceeding there against that. And therein, my lord, they bring that this was done because earlier they had raised an objection or they had raised an issue wherein, my lord, one of the girl child in the school and a teacher, there was some allegation of harassment.
Yes.
There was some allegation of harassment. But my lord, we have filed our affidavits there. We have clearly stated that that parents have and the girl have denied that incident. The man is working. Now, they have not implemented that teacher. The parents of the school are not there. The child are not there. Only with regard to, my lord, this termination, they are before that. That is not a forum, my lord. It does not have adjudicatory rights. And that has been said by the Supreme
No,
Court.
but then you raised that question.
I have already raised, but still, my lord, they are proceeding with the matter. I have filed my WS. Therein, I have categorically taken this stand. Not once, twice, thrice I have shown, my lord. But they are not putting the proceedings on a hold, or they are not concluding it, my lord.
Where is your application?
Lordship, my lord would have page. My lord, my application would be at page 45. My lord would have page 46. Para 2A, my lord. My lord, will A and B, my lord.
Who are the complainants?
My lord, the complainants were teachers, my lord, in our school. And the complaint, my lord, the type copy, my lord, would find at page 21. Relevant is 22, my lord. The para at 4, my lord.
So what really is the complaint?
Lordship,
What is the complaint really?
basically the complaint is for reinstatement in their services. Otherwise, my lord, they have not met the girl child or the family of that girl child party. The girl child and the family are not before the commission. The teacher
No,
against
just a minute, reinstatement of service of the complainants.
complainants, my lord.
Four of them.
4 of them. My lord.
Why were they terminated?
They were terminated because there were allegations against them. We issued show cause notice to them.
Hmm.
They did not turn up. My lord, we gave them 7 days leave to reply to that show cause. They did not. When the inquiry committee found that they had not been coming, the inquiry proceeded and they were terminated. My lord.
Hmm.
Thereafter, my lord, they go there. The appropriate forum, if they have any division, would be the education tribunal. They could go before the education tribunal. Now we are being called daily. We appear, matters are adjourned, and again dates are fixed. We have to be there every day. And my lord, it's clear there is an act governing this. It does not have adjudicatory powers. My lord. That's the issue, my lord, and that has been decided by the Supreme Court. My lord would have section 10, my lord. Functions of the commission. Page 734, my lord.
Yes.
My lord would have 10(1)(f) because that would be something which would be attracted, my lord, if at all. F, look into complaints and take suo motu notice of matters relating to deprivation of women rights. Non-implementation of laws enacted to provide protection to women, also to achieve objective of equality and development. Non-compliance of policy decision, guideline or instruction aimed at mitigating hardship and ensuring welfare and providing relief to women, and take up issues arising out of such matters with appropriate authorities. So, my lord, it's basically an advisory role, not an adjudicatory role, my lord. And that has been.
So we
got-
ask the commission to first pass an order on your objection.
But my lord, the very issue which I am raising before my lord is already decided by the Supreme Court, my lord.
All right, you place that.
They are there, my lord, in spite of the repeated thing, they are not going. My lord will issue a notice, let them, my lord, say, because these things are not things to be adjudicated by the tribunal, by the commission. If I may just place that Supreme Court judgment, my lord.
Yes.
And this honorable court also, my lord, had an occasion to deal with that issue. Good to listen. Para. My lord will have this one. 9 and 10.
So respondent number 7 and 8 are male persons. What are they doing in Women's Commission?
7 and 8. No, my lord, all are female. My lord.
All are female.
All are female. My lord. Sandhya, Mona Lisa, Bhanu, Lipika. My lord would have para 9. Parimeteria provisions, my lord, with regard, this was from Orissa. It would be seen from section 10 of the 1993 Act that the State Commission has been authorized to take up studies in respect of economic, educational, health situation of women of the state, and also working condition of women in factories, establishment, construction sites, and its recommendation to the, and make its recommendation to the state government. The state government is empowered to compile information in respect of offences against women and to coordinate with state cell and district cell for atrocities against women. Further, the State Commission is competent to.
Yes, Mr. Sharma, what do you have to say?
Lordship, my submission would be, Lordship, had he approached this honorable court by challenging the notice of the Women Commission, then matter would have been different, but they have appeared. Let that issue be decided by the commission, Lordship. And if, Lordship, it is decided against them, maybe, Lordship, that is.
Well, they don't have the authority. If my lord can have para 10
Because they have
last line
already approached.
of the Supreme Court.
No, Mr. Nair, all I'm saying is we'll ask the commission to first decide on this
Yes,
question
Lordship.
before passing any other order.
Fine.
regarding their
Third,
jurisdiction.
Mr. UK Nair, learned senior counsel, assisted by Mr. S.P. Sharma, learned counsel appearing for the lead petitioner. Also heard Mr. H. Sharma, learned additional senior government advocate Assam, appearing on behalf of the respondent numbers 1 to 4. This read petition has been filed by the jointly by the 6 petitioners assailing the maintainability of the proceeding registered as
ASCW 12 of 2023.
ASCW
12 of
12 of
2023.
2023 before the Assam State Commission for Women, Beltola, Assam, inter alia on the ground that the ASCW does not have the authority or jurisdiction under the law to entertain the issues raised in the complaint filed by the private respondents.
Lordship.
By referring to the provisions of section 10 of the
Assam State Commission for Women Act 1994.
Assam State Commission for Women
Act.
Act 1994, as well as a decision rendered by the Honorable Supreme Court of India in the case of Bhavani Prasad Jena versus Convener Secretary, Orissa State Commission for Women and another, reported in 2010 bracket close 8 SCC 633. Mr. Nair submits that law is firmly settled in this regard, that the State Commission for Women does not have any adjudicatory power and cannot entertain issues which are beyond the ambit of section 10 bracket subsection bracket small f of the act. Notwithstanding the same, and despite categorical objection raised by the lead petitioners questioning the maintainability of the proceedings, the learned commission has not passed any order on such issue, and on the contrary, has proceeded with the matter from time to time, thus causing serious embarrassment to the serious harassment to the lead petitioners. First up, it is also the submission of Mr. Nair that the complainants were terminated. The service of the complainants were terminated, but in order to secure an order of reinstatement in service, they had approached the commission by taking up grounds which were not complained by the girl child or her parents before any forum. Full stop. Responding to the above, Mr. H. Sharma, learned additional senior government advocate Assam, submits that since the petitioners are questioning the jurisdiction of the ASCW to entertain the proceeding, an order be passed by this court directing the learned commission to first decide on the question of jurisdiction and pass a speaking order therein. Mr. Nair has also agreed to such a recourse. In view of the above, without expressing any further opinion on the issues raised in the writ petition, this petition is being disposed of by providing that the learned Assam State Commission for Women shall take up the plea of maintainability of the proceeding raised by the writ petitioners stroke opposite parties first in point of time and pass a speaking order in respect therein on the therein before proceeding any further in the matter. Full stop. The commission may fix a firm date of hearing on the question of maintainability by granting prior notice, by issuing prior notice to both the sides. Full stop. It is only after the question of maintainability is decided that any further order be passed in the matter in accordance with law. If the writ petitioners continue to remain aggrieved in the matter even thereafter, it will be open for them to approach this court by filing the filing fresh writ petition.
my lord, can a
Yes.
time frame be fixed after notice for disposal of the matter? So that
When you add the question of maintainability of the proceeding be decided as expeditiously as possible, but not later than 60 days from the date fixed for hearing of the issue.
Gotcha.
First up. Also, if the petitioner remain agree with such.
Much okay.
Net result also.
Yes. What is this railway land?
Yes, railway land, my lord.
The board has also come before the court.
Yes,
What are you doing? We'll take up, there is another matter where the Lumbling municipal.
Yes, Lambda Municipal Board is also.
So we'll take it up together,
Lordship.
let that item. We'll take it up together. If that is up along with, which is that matter? Item,
Then Lordship may take in, my brother is also here, Lordship, 85 also.
all right. Take down. Heard Mr. B. Sinha and council appearing for the writ petitioners. Mr. K. Gogoi, learned, who is for the, who is for the other side?
I am for Lordship in item 49, Lordship.
You give your slips
No, sir.
accordingly. Mr. So and so learned counsel is present on behalf of the on behalf of the respondents. The petitioners have approached this court by filing the instant writ petition, assailing the proceeding initiated by the estate officer of NF Railway under the provisions of public premises bracket eviction of unauthorized occupants bracket close act, give the year. This act is of
71, Lordship. 71, Lordship.
1971.
1971.
Inter alia contending that the land in question falls within the territory of the Lumbling Municipal Board, which is apparent from the Gazette notification dated 02/04/1993. And the said notification has been issued with proper NOC from the NF Railways. Notwithstanding the same, the proceedings have been initiated against the petitioner in respect of land which does not belong to NF Railways. First up, the petitioner's counsel has also invited the attention of this court to the proceeding in the form of WPC number
4572.
5720/2023, whereby the Lumbling Municipal Board has also assailed the action of the NF Railway authorities, whereby it has been clearly projected that the land belongs to the board. First up, after going through the averments made in the writ petition, I find that a prima facie case has been made out by the petitioners indicating that the NF Railway authorities may not have title and ownership in respect of the land in question. Full stop. If that be so, a proceeding initiated under the provisions of Act of 1971 with regard to the aforesaid plot of land may not be maintainable in the eye of law. Full stop. Therefore, the issue raised in the writ petition, comma, in the opinion of this court, comma, would call for deeper examination. Full stop. Mr. K. Gogoi, learned CGC appearing for the respondents,
1 to 4, Lordship.
respond numbers 1 to 4, and who's for 5?
Director of Land Records.
No, no,
And-
5 not, 5 not.
Landing Municipal.
5 Lumbling Municipal Board.
1 to 4, has prayed for some time to obtain instruction in the matter. Issue notice of motion returnable on 17th of November 2023. Since Mr. Gogoi has accepted notice for respond numbers 1 to 4, no formal notice is required to be sent to the said respondents. Extra copies of the writ petition, requisite in numbers, be furnished to the learned department council within 3 days from today, so as to enable him to obtain instruction. The writ petitioners to take steps for service of notice upon respondent number 5 by registered post with AD within a week from today. Full stop. Heard on the prayer of interim relief, having regard to the facts and circumstances of the case in its entirety, it is hereby provided that status quo as regards the possession of the writ petitioners over the land under their occupation be maintained till the returnable date. Which is the other matter?
Lordship, instead of 17, Lordship, may on 7, Lordship, 7.
Why? Why?
Lordship.
Urgency? What do you want to do? Run Vande Bharat?
No, Lordship.
Then
No.
what is the urgency?
Lordship,
10 days will not, heavens will not
Lordship.
fall, other matters are also fixed.
Lordship.
Yes. All right.
All right.
You file your affidavit,
Lordship.
but unless the dispute is resolved, how can you
Lordship.
execute jurisdiction?
Another petition also filed by the Union Lordship regarding demarcation Lordship.
If yes, that's their case.
Lordship.
So first, let the land be
That's-
demarcated.
That part will be cleared, Lordship.
You think of 17th of November 2024. If you
Lordship,
get it by then, you will be lucky.
Lordship,
You must move the authorities for demarcation of the land.
Lordship, the demarcation was not done. That's why one writ petition also preferred before this honorable court, Lordship.
So first of all,
Lordship,
if there is a dispute,
Lordship,
demarcation is the way forward.
Lordship.
Before the demarcation, you have started evicting.
Lordship, probably Lordship, it's.
You have
out-
put the cart before the horse.
It's outside the boundary, that also be there. Lordship.
Probably,
That also be there.
probably it is outside,
Lordship,
but probably it is not.
Lordship.
So will you proceed on probabilities?
Then that cannot be Lordship.
Then
That cannot.
you'll be
Lordship,
lucky if you, see, Mr. Gogoi, that's what I mentioned in the morning.
Lordship,
Whether it is on purpose or not, I don't know.
Lordship, Lordship.
But your officers are complicating things.
It's true, Lordship. I'm not saying that, Lordship.
They are the ones who are complicating
Lordship.
things, and the matters, when it comes to the court, we have fine counsels like Mr. Chaudhary, Mr. Others are there,
Lordship.
and they come up with excellent
Very
legal
strong,
issues,
strong case, Lordship.
which the courts will have to examine.
Lordship.
So nothing can be done. 17th, you are lucky. We can even make it 27 November if you want.
17, Lordship.
All right,
17.
17. Which is the other matter, please? 55. All right. Heard Mr. M.K. Chaudhary, Learned Senior Counsel appearing for the writ petitioner. The petitioner herein is the Lambling Municipal Board, which is approached this court being with a prayer to direct the NF Railway authorities not to carry out any eviction operation before the land in question is demarcated by the revenue authorities. Full stop. Mr. Chaudhary has pointed out that notwithstanding the dispute over the ownership of the land, the NF Railway authorities are proceeding with are proceeding against the occupants of the land under the provisions of that Act of 1971 by issuing notices, thus causing serious prejudice to the rights and interests of the petitioners. Full stop. Mr. A.K. Datta, Learned CGC appearing for the respondent numbers
1 to 4.
1
1,
to 4
2, 3,
days
4.
for some time to obtain instruction by submitting that similar matters are pending before this court on the same issue. Full stop. In view of the above, NOM returnable on 17/11/2023. Since Mr. Datta has appeared and accepted notice for respondent number 1 to 4 and Ms. N. Bordoloi, Learned Standing Council Revenue Department Assam
Respond number
for
5.
respondent number 5. Service of notice is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition, requisite in numbers, be furnished to the Learned Department Council within 3 days from today, so as to enable them to obtain instruction and file affidavit. Ms. Bordoloi to also appraise this court as to whether any action has been taken by the revenue authorities for demarcation of the land in question. First up, you want an interim relief?
Yes, my lord.
Heard on the prayer of interim relief, having regard to the facts and circumstances of the case in its entirety, it is hereby provided that status quo as regards the land in question shall be maintained till the returnable date. However, pendency of this writ petition shall not be a bar for the authorities to carry out the process of demarcation of the land in the presence of representatives of the petitioner as well as the NF Railway authorities.
Highly obvious.
So here we'll issue notice item 50, 51, 50.
My lord, and
What is the way forward? Where will they go now?
my lord.
No, you won't know, but
My lord.
what about the,
Lordship,
they are stuck up.
my lord,
There is a stay order, there is no one to,
my
what
lord.
to do?
My lord, now the arbitrator was also not, my lord, appointed, my lord. There is no arbitrator now also.
Who is to appoint arbitrator?
Arbitrator, my lord, central government, my lord.
Lordship, first it should be go from the state government nomination, then thereafter central
Central
government.
government will notify it.
For nomination, then thereafter, the government will
Notify it.
notify. But presently.
There is no arbit-
There is no arbitrator.
Problem, We are also present because I am appearing on behalf of NHI, what arbitrator will be saying, because NH 56
But
will be. objected.
all right. We'll ask the council to tell us, we'll fix it, these matters after 2 weeks. In the
It
motion
is, it
stage.
is fixed in, similar matters fixed on my lord, 1610, my lord.
So,
I have annexed the copy, my lord.
Earlier, my lord, some other persons, my lord, approached the court, my lord. And the honorable court, my lord, state that person of the order not to demolish the house, my lord. And they have filed a interlocutory application for vacating the stay order that was also rejected.
Actually, who is the CGC appearing here? I heard Mr. R.K. Talukdar, learned counsel for the repeated, these 3 matters, huh? 50, 51 and 52. 50, 51 and 52.
Lordship,
3 matters. 53 also,
yes, my lord.
50 to 53. It's common order, you know. Heard Mr. R.K. Talukdar, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioners. Writ petitioners in all these cases also peruse the averments made in the petition. The primary grievance of the petitioners is to the effect that union is petitioner
Petitioner, my lord.
and union is supposed to appoint an arbitrator.
My
And your
lord,
grievance is that
Lordship,
no arbitrator has been
lordship,
appointed.
first it should be go from the state government, my lord. Nomination. I have done note guideline, my lord.
It appears that the primary grievance of the petitioners is on account of the fact that the state of Assam has not taken any steps for appointment of an arbitrator under section
3G.
3G5.
Mr. Talukdar under
Lordship.
section
3G, my lord.
3G of the
National Highway, my lord.
National Highway Act
Yeah.
1953. As a result of which the work undertaken 53 or 56?
Lordship, National 56, my lord.
56, as a result of which works undertaken by the National Highway authorities in various stretches have got stuck up due to operation of interim orders passed therein by the earlier arbitrator. Full stop. Mr. J. Chutia, learned standing counsel, KAC, and Mr.
Kala.
C. Borua, learned SC.
Or NHAI. Actually, I was
This
not.
is so
required-
confusing.
Lordship, in that,
You should carry placards.
no, lordship, in the.
Someday you are NHAI.
No,
he is
lordship,
NHAI.
NHAI and NHI initial is different, my lord.
You understand it, but it's very difficult
Fine.
for us. NHAI are present and have supported the case of the writ petitioners. Yes, yes, yes. After hearing the submissions of the petitioners' counsel, it appears that the state of Assam would have to act first by recommending the name of a person to be appointed as arbitrator. First up. Therefore, these writ petitions are directed to be posted again on 16th of October,
My lord.
or is it on 6th of October?
1610, my lord, similar
Okay,
cases.
16th of October 2023. So as to enable Mr. H. Sharma, learned additional senior of,
No, lordship.
so as to enable Mr. H. Sharma, learned additional senior government advocate Assam, as well as Ms. N. Bordole, learned standing,
Appearing in their cases, my lord.
General
learned standing
administrative.
counsel.
AD department, that is.
So why are you, you have been, what is?
Respondent
revenue-
number 1, my lord, who's to take instruction, my lord.
In view of the above, Mr. H. Sharma, learned senior government advocate Assam, additional senior government advocate Assam, appearing on behalf of the respondent number 1 to obtain instruction and appraise this court as to the steps.
They have not just pending.
Who is this?
B Gogoi, my lord. Last occasion, B Gogoi appeared, lord. So
Last
I've had the
occasion, my
copy
lord,
also.
B. Gogoi has already appeared then honorable court was directed to take instruction. On 16/10, he will place the B. Gogoi already have earlier.
Have you
case.
served copy on?
Yes,
B.
Lordship,
Gogoi?
I have served the copy, my lord.
Then inform him.
Yes.
In view of the above, Mr. B. Gogoi, Learned Standing Council, H. Sharma Lagana, GAD Assam, to obtain instruction and appraise this court on the next date fixed as to whether any action has been initiated for proposing the name of an arbitrator to be appointed as per section
3G5 of the National Highways Act 1956,
3G subsection 5
my lord.
of the Act of 1956. Let these matters be listed again on 16/10/2023 for motion.
Lordship, in the meantime, that order may be stayed, Lordship. Similar cases already stayed, my lord.
What order may be stayed?
That not to demolish, Lordship. That is the problem, my lord. In the on 19/4/2023, it was
So in
passed.
the meantime, you want to demolish? I
Lordship-
fix it for motion, don't you
Lordship,
understand?
similar order, my lord. I have annexed, my lord.
The prayer for interim relief stands rejected. I'm fixing it for motion, you are pressing for an order which is final order? What, if you demolish it, then what will
No,
remain in
Lordship,
this case?
that order was passed on 13, Lordship. Till that we have not demolished, Lordship.
All right.
I want only stay, my lord.
No. Prayer stands rejected, so till final hearing, you will not get any relief in these cases. You should have had that courtesy and decency to wait, fix this matter for motion. Yes.
May it please your lordship. The admitted position of facts are, on the last occasion, the 20th of September, my lord was pleased to direct by an order at page 54, that as to who would be the secretary, myself or respondent number 6, the registrar to take a call, either himself or by an officer authorized. Now,
In the other one, let this matter be listed by reflecting the name of Mr. B. Gogoi in the cause list.
may I rephrase my submission, my lord. On 20th of September,
And one extra copy each.
once again. On 20th of September, Lordship was pleased to pass an order directing that as to myself or the respondent number 6, who would be the secretary of the society, the registrar to take a call, or by an authorized officer. Without any hearing whatsoever, the assistant registrar, taking a cue from this order, says, as per my lord's order, he would be the secretary and continue. There is no hearing, no notice, all directed, nothing. This is admitted position, no dispute on that. And that he would operate the fishery huts. My lord, the order at page 58 is under challenge on discount. Let there be a hearing. Prior to that,
Yes, but Mr. Banik, the meeting will not be stalled
no meeting will need to be stalled. I'm not praying for any stay,
and the hearing cannot happen before the meeting.
nothing. But this order on the face of it is valid law. On facts and law,
We'll have to issue notice.
no, all are represented, and this is not disputed by any party. That hearing was not done as directed, nothing
I
of
have
that
to
sort.
take instruction, your lordship. Otherwise, from our side,
There is nothing.
I had communicated lordship direction dated 28th of this month, your lordship, on 21st itself. And on 22nd, your lordship, from the RCS office, head office, your lordship, communication was sent to ARCS to take a decision on it, your lordship. So I'll have to obtain instruction in this regard, your lordship.
I'm making a
Mr.
statement.
Banik, what you have to understand, you have no option. If they have deliberately violated the court's order, then it's a case of contempt.
I understand.
But you can't get anything within next 2 days.
May I,
That's not possible.
may I indicate page 58 for a moment? If I read that.
What you want is, his order should be set aside. They should be asked to hear both sides,
Stay.
pass an order,
It should be stayed.
and all these things should be done before the
No.
meeting is held.
I'm not on the meeting. Let it be after the meeting.
Then who will be the secretary?
That decision they may take. But so far as this order is there, he's declared him to be secretary, and that to informing the police officials. Can we have a look at page 58?
So who will be the secretary then?
They have to take a call. Let them take a call without any hearing whatsoever. They cannot take my side or his side. That much.
You can't be the secretary.
I can't. He also can't be the
So
secretary.
who will be the secretary?
That is to be decided by the authority by a notice. Let them take a call. They cannot take my side or his side. That's my case. May I read page 58? It says, as per High Court's order. That was not the order from this honorable court.
Yes.
Not at all. Page 58, my lord. If I may read. In context with the subject above, you are hereby informed that as per order bearing number so and so dated 19/9/2023, issued by the Secretary of the Fishery Department, and as per hearing the order of the Honorable High Court, Shri Vikas Das is presently Secretary of the Dibru Dangoli River Municipal Samiti Limited, And as per section 49(2)(a) of the Assam Cooperative Societies Act has been entrusted the responsibilities of secretary in respect of the management of the business of the society at SAP. For the management of Dhola Bazar Ghat and the Dibru Dangori River Part 1 means by Samiti Limited, and for revenue collection, the secretary is hereby entrusted to do such duty. My lordships, they cannot say he is the secretary without hearing. They cannot say I am the secretary without hearing. His order says as per High Court's order. High Court's order is page 54 million. It says decide on the face of it. Let there be a stay, let them take a call. I may not get advantage, he also may not get the same advantage.
So Mr. Rajko, we are having it tomorrow. You sort it out. You ask your register to sort it out. We will only proceed on contempt, nothing else.
Lordship from.
Why, if the High Court order was after hearing both sides?
Lordship.
then
Lordship from the.
Tell him to withdraw this order, otherwise we'll call him to the
And
court.
respond number 6 admits to it, that no hearing was there.
If both sides were heard, then fine. Otherwise, tell him to withdraw this order.
Lordship from RCS office, we have communicated to the ARCS, your lordship, and thereafter it has come, your lordship. Oh, I will take instruction in this
Take
regard.
instruction.
I'll take instruction.
Listen, this.
Yes.
You tell him that if he has not done the exercise as per the High Court order,
Lordship.
he is to withdraw this order. As simple as that. Whatever else he wants to do is up to him. We'll
Lordship.
close the matter tomorrow as infectious. Or else we'll initiate suo motu contempt proceeding against the officer.
I'll opt in.
We are not going to keep doing the exercise again and again and again because either he has to answer for contempt or let him withdraw it. If this order is contrary to the High Court order, who communicated where, that's secondary.
Lordship.
It has to be withdrawn. I heard Mr. S. Burning Land Counsel for the petitioner, also heard Mr. V. Rajpal,
V.
and SC Cooperation Department, Assam, appearing for the official respondent.
Respondent 1 to
Mr.
4, your lordship.
1 to 4. Mr. ABT Hawk, Learned Counsel is present for respondent number 5. Respondent number 6. Actually, then Mr. H. Sharma, Learned additional government, senior government advocate Assam for respondent number 5 and Mr. Hawk for 6. On the request of Mr. V. Rajkumar, let this matter be listed again. After
Can it be
tomorrow.
on Friday? Your
Motion. No. Tomorrow for motion. So as to enable them to obtain instruction as to whether the impugned order in this case has been passed. Impugned order dated 22/9/2023 had been passed by the concerned officials in strict compliance of the order of this court. And if not, the reason thereof. First of, it is hereby clarified that pendency of this writ petition shall not be a bar for the authorities to withdraw, stroke, cancel the order dated 22/9/2023, if so advised.
Grateful.
Obliged.
Interim order still rejected in the earlier matters, that part you delete. Where is Mr. Talukdar? R.K. Talukdar? Is he here? Call him once. Interim order passed earlier still.
For admission item 16, not heard.
Although this is a part third item, my lord, allowed us to file an affidavit on the last date, my lord, we have filed it today, my lord, seeking an accommodation.
You have filed rejoinder.
My lord, additional affidavit. Additional.
All right, Mr. P. Bharadwaj, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioner, submits that in terms of the earlier order dated 31/8/2023, the writ petitioner has filed an additional affidavit only this morning by serving copies upon the respondent's counsel. Therefore, this matter be taken up again after
As per your lordship.
vacation.
My part third item, that's why, as per your
We'll
lordship.
release it from part. Let it go after vacation. After vacation, Mr. A.K. Hussain, learned counsel appearing for the respondent number 6 to 15 as confirmed receipt of the additional affidavit and does not have any objection if the prayer is allowed. He, however, seeks 2 weeks time to file
reply to the said affidavit if so required. Similar is the stand of Mr. N.K. Devnath, Learned Standing Council, PNRD, Assam. In view of the request made at the bar, admission hearing of this writ petition is therefore adjourned for 3 weeks. Registered to list the matter again as per roster. This writ petition shall not be treated as part heard before this court henceforth.
Hello.
May I please, your lordship?
Paul Talukdar once.
My lord, the petitioner, in the year 1983, lordship, the petitioner.
We have been directed to obtain instructions, but the instruction is still awaited, lordship. He is on interim, lordship. So let,
You have interim order?
Yes, lord.
All right. then
Lordship,
provide-
I'm appearing for respondent number 6, Lordship. I need some time to file affidavit, Lordship.
I'm for number 4, madam, for signature development
And- All right, you write, heard Mr. N.H. Borbhuyal, Learned Council, appearing for the writ petitioner. Also heard Mr. H. Sharma, Learned Additional Senior Government Advocate, Assam, appearing for the respondent numbers.
respondent numbers, lordship. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 and 5. Executive officer.
3 and 5, who submits that instructions as called for are still awaited, and therefore, this matter be posted again after the puja vacations. Similar is the stand of Mr. K. Vishwakarma, Learned Council for the respondent number 4, and Ms. F. Ahmed, Learned
Respondent
Council
6.
for respondent number 6. In view of the above, this admission hearing of this writ petition stands adjourned for 4 weeks. Interim order passed earlier to continue.
Obliged.
Item 20.
My seniority is so highly possible for time.
What is this matter about?
My lord, they have executed one contract, the ad hoc contract, for lifting of the footprints from railway siding Lakhimpur to FSD Lakhimpur. The NIT was the route, the total
This is a
kilometer
tender
was
matter.
prescribed tender matter, my lord.
It has to go for bench 4. Tender matter is bench 4. Heard Learned Council for the parties. It appears that the writ petitioner pertains to a tender matter, which is the subject of civil bench 4. Registered to therefore verify and list this case before the appropriate bench in the next week,
Lordship, can you fix the date, Lordship?
on 5th of October as a fixed item.
My lord, can it be on 10th of October, my?
No, then it will be
Fifth
on 3rd of
That is an
October.
interim.
3rd of October.
When?
Either 3rd or 5th.
3rd October. 3rd.
3rd. Interim order is there. Interim order. If you have an interim order, have it on 10th.
10th will
On
be
10th of October,
convenient.
so interim order. passed
Obliged,
earlier
ma'am.
to continue. Mr. Talukdar, that part interim order stands rejected. I am deleting from the order. But please have this much of decency that when the court is fixing the matter for motion,
My lord.
you must not press for an interim order, which is in the nature of a final relief. Don't do it.
Right.
That is the final order you want, is it not? Then don't you have that much of sense that if the matter is fixed for instruction at the motion stage, you are pressing for a final order? We'll see what happens on 16th. Yes.
May it please your lordship, my lord. My lord, here the petitioner is one of the, my lord, shareholder of, my lord, Dibru Dangori River Path One Mean Samavas Committee, my lord. My lord, he sought for contesting election, but my lord, showing the ground that for last two consecutive meeting, he did
So
not
this is for
appear.
final hearing.
My lord, they have filed the affidavit, very short question involved, my lord. They also admit that last 5 years, there was no AGM. So question,
The last 5 years, there was no agent.
Are you ready for final hearing? Disposal today?
Ideology.
No, if you're ready, we'll take it up.
my
Because
But we'll take it up as last item of admission.
Last item of admission.
Mal.
Let me finish the other matters.
Mal.
Yes.
Please, your lordship. Lordship, in this matter, PWD has filed their affidavit, lordships. After filing their affidavit, lordship, the issue has been resolved. So,
Issue has been resolved.
issue has been resolved.
What is the issue?
The issue is that, lordships, the special Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited has published an advertisement for appointment of their dealerships for 212 numbers of locations. Out of that, the petitioner has applied for one location.
So issue has been resolved, we'll close it. We'll close the writ petition.
Yes, lordship.
For my case is concerned, I don't know whether it should be 12 or not. Since-
In my case, lordship, the issues has been. Lordship.
May I please, Lordship, Lordship, I'm appearing for respondent number 1, 2, and 3 in item number 24. So, Lordship, for respondent number 2 and 3, we need some time to file for affidavit.
You are in item number?
Item number 25, my lord, I was selected for the outlet of the, my lord, SPCL. And my lord, ultimately they have cancelled because it is a real category. But now they say that it is not real category, we have mistake and I have done, we are wrongly advertisement. So I opposed was before this honorable court, but now I got my lord information from the PW department. It is not a state highway. It is rural, my lord, that's correct. So
In their affidavit.
in their affidavit, in his case, they have filed affidavit. On the basis of, probably my learned friend, on the basis of the affidavit, says that issue has been resolved, but they have not taken any decision by the authority, have not yet taken any decision, my lord.
So let them file affidavit in item 25 also, then we'll close.
My lord. On the basis of the my lord certificate issued by the PWD department, that was addressed to the department also, my lord, SPCL also.
PWD has specifically stated that the roads running in front of my retail outlet, advertisement locations, is a rural road.
That is there in affidavit, ma'am, in item 24.
In item 20.
But in same route, my also, my lord, 80-81. Spot 80.
But according to you, it is not rural.
Rural, according to me, rural, my lord, if he got the relief, I also got the relief, but he says that it is already resolved, but who resolved, my lord? There is no order passed by the authority.
Then we'll close it, directing them to pass appropriate orders now.
Yes.
On the basis of the certificate issued by the, my lord.
Where is what is the affidavit? Let us see.
Yes.
Item 24, the affidavit.
Item 24, lordship.
Yes, para number.
Para 6, ma'am.
7, 8, 8.
7, ma'am.
8
7.
and 9, lordship.
So 7 will suffice, ma'am. 97,
Somebody
running
saying
page
8,
97.
somebody saying 9.
Page 97. Running page.
103.
Last line of para 7, para 8 also, lordship, they have reiterated the same thing. 7, 8, 9.
So in item 24, the stretch of road is from Garaghat RCC bridge to Bhagwan station via Ambari Tiniali. And what is the area in the other matter?
Other matter, my lord, Jaipur Bazaar to Kharuja Bazaar, Kharmuja Bazaar, in the same route, 80-81.
Jaipur Bazaar.
Jaipur Bazaar to Kharmuja Bazaar. That was the location, my lord.
Kharmuza.
Kharmuja. The letter which was issued by the PW department, that is 103, page 103, my lord. That is issued to the, my lord, SPCL.
So both of you are seeking a petroleum dealership.
We are selected also.
Selected, lordship.
But
For
now
rural-
they say that it should have been not rural, it should be in urban. But it is not the state highway, my lord. But from the certificate issued by the authority, my lord, is clear. But although it is clear, my lord, they have not taken any decision, my lord, till today. Because there is
Item
a-
25 PWD is not a party. So, my lord, whether that part, item 25, that particular stretch of road, my lord, whether it belongs to a
That is
rural,
not a party.
no,
Not a part.
that I cannot.
No, I got a all like, my lord, in my case, my lord, I got a certificate, I'll produce it by a way of affidavit, I'll bring it to you next week. My lord.
24 can be closed otherwise.
Oh, yeah, lordship. My liquidation can be with a direction lordship to issue the LOI lordship. In my liquidation. I can.
Take down, I heard Mr. I. Amin Learned Counsel appearing for the writ petitioner, item 34. Also heard Miss M. Konyak Learned Counsel appearing for the writ petitioners in W. Learned Counsel appearing for the respondent numbers
Respondent number 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3. Stop. Mr. B. Gogoi, Learned SC PWD Assam is present on behalf of
4,
respondent
5, 6.
numbers 4, 5, and 6. Full stop. The writ petitioner herein was selected for allotting a retail petroleum outlet,
Retail outlet dealership,
of petroleum product
petroleum product.
in this site advertised
At
and
mentioned
applied
serial
for.
number 80 of the advertisement.
In this site indicated in serial number 80 of the advertisement notice dated
25/11/2018.
25/11/2018. However, after the process of selection was completed, the respondent numbers 2 and 3 had expressed an opinion that the site is not rural,
Not rural. On the
Are you-
basis of an objection, complaint filed by someone else. lordship.
After the selection was made, a complaint was lodged by an unsuccessful
By an outsider, lordship. He was not
complaint, a
participating.
complaint was lodged by an outsider stating that the location was not on a rural road.
Rural road, it's a urban area. It's a state
Rather-
highway,
It's a state highway,
number 46.
full stop. As such, the process for setting up the retail outlet got stalled.
Stone.
Hence this writ petition, full stop. During the pendency of this writ petition, the respondent numbers
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, and 6. This affidavit is by whom?
Only by 6.
By 6, lordship.
The respondent
Executive
numbers filed, respondent number 6 has filed an affidavit inter alia confirming that the Garaghat RCC bridge to Bhagwan police station via Ambari Tinyali is a rural road. Full stop. This said fact has also been communicated to the respondent number
Not a party as well.
so and so falls in the rural road category, and the said fact has also been communicated to the Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited. If that be so, Mr. Ahmed submits that the issue stands conclusively resolved, and now it will be for the HPCL authorities to issue further orders in the matter. Full stop. The learned counsel for the respondent numbers 1, 2, and 3 has also not denied or disputed his seat position. In view of the above, nothing survives for adjudication in this writ petition. Full stop. This writ petition is therefore disposed of with the direction upon the respondent numbers 2 and 3 to do the needful by taking note of the stand taken by the respondent number 6 in the affidavit in paragraphs 7, 8, and 9. Full stop.
Lordship, in direction. To issue the LOI, lordship. Direction maybe can be.
That they will do. And item 25 on the request
After a
from
week, my lord,
Mr.
I'll file a affidavit. Based on that.
CJ Mohantal and Senior Counsel for the writ petitioner. This matter is directed to be listed again after 2 weeks as a fixed item.
Fine.
So as to enable the petitioner to file an affidavit, additional affidavit. The respondents counsel, Ms. So-and-so for the official respondent and Mr. MR Islam for respondent number.
2 and 2, 3, 4.
Mr. MR Islam, learned counsel is present for respondent numbers 2, 3, and 4.
Obliged.
Item 26.
Maybe resolution. The husband of the petitioner, my lord, died due to drowning in the flood, my lord.
Due to
Drowning in the flood water.
Drowning in the flood waters.
drowning in the.
So as per my notification, my lord, the petitioner is entitled
Petition
4 lakhs rupees, my lord.
Petition
Last week, they required to file affidavit in opposition, my lord. But they have not filed any affidavit.
Yes, what is the instruction?
Lordship, payment has already been made. Wide the order dated 35 35, 2023. So I have
Close
the
it then.
order
Mr.
copy, Your
HR,
Lordship.
Give it.
Yes, yes.
Learned
Copy may be
counsel for the writ
given-
petitioner.
Copy may be given to you.
Copy will be given to you. Hmm.
In the month of May, the payment has been made.
Also heard Ms. N. Bordele, Learned Standing Council Revenue and Disaster Management Department, Assam, appearing for the respondent number one, Mr. H. Sharma, Learned Additional Senior Government Advocate, Assam, and
I'm-
Mr. P. Gogoi, Learned SC Finance are also present on behalf of the respondents. By producing a copy of the notification dated 35/2000. No, before that you write. In this writ petition, a prayer has been made for grant of ex gratia relief to the tune of rupees 4 lakhs to the petitioner on account of the fact that her husband had died on 16/7/2020 due to drowning in flood waters. Full stop. Ms. Bordele has produced a copy of the notification
Lordship.
dated
Ex gratia amount of 2 lakhs, not 4 lakhs, in the prayer portion, Your Lordship.
25/2024. Ex gratia compensation of 2 lakhs, not
Yes,
4
Your
lakhs.
Lordship. 2 lakhs is granted.
To submit that the amount of rupees 2 lakhs has already been released in favor of the writ petitioner in the month of May 2023. First up, if that be so, nothing further survives for adjudication in this writ petition. By retaining a copy of the fund release order dated 35/2023, this writ petition stands closed.
I'm obliged.
Go and catch hold of your client.
My lord.
Hurry up. Otherwise, you will miss the bus. Hmm.
May it please, your lordship. Lordship, matter is pertaining to land acquisition matter, lordship. Okay, the affidavit has not been filed, lordship.
Most probably he has approached the wrong forum, Lordship. The LA case order was passed against that he filed a representation before the deputy commissioner. Most probably he should approach this district judge,
Reference.
Lordship. That is why unnecessarily keeping this matter pending, Lordship.
Yeah, this happens in number of cases.
Lordship.
Yeah, unnecessarily cases are filed and remains pending after 4 years, 5 years.
Lordship.
Then sometimes the council, with all respect, read the law after 4 years of the case is filed, not at the time of filing.
Lordship.
And then it transfers that the matter is not. But the poor client doesn't know all these things. He or she thinks that the judges are not working. What to do? Anyway, your writ petition is not maintainable.
Lordship, we have already approached before the deputy commissioner, lordship, but. my
After
deputation
that
has not been
reference, if you are not satisfied with the amount of compensation,
Yes.
the remedy lies in seeking a reference to the Court of Learned District Judge. That's the way. Why have you filed the writ petition?
Lordship, we have already filed representation before the deputy commissioners, but my.
He
can do
not stuck up there. He doesn't, you read the law, you will get 15 minutes. I'm closing this matter. You must know what is the law. Otherwise, you will do the same thing again.
Lordship, kindly close.
No. You go through the act. Give him the copy of which provision?
Lordship, I'm.
We'll close it right now. I'm giving you this chance because you will again do the same thing. That's why.
Lordship, kindly pass over the matter 45.
This matter needs to be tagged. This
Tag
matter
with-
needs to be tagged, my lord, because this eviction was carried out due to direction of the court in a PIL, suo moto PIL.
Hmm.
Now, my lord, court has again drawn suo moto contempt, my lord, because eviction has been stalled. Process has been stalled. So that is before the chief court of the chief justice. So this needs to be tagged, my lord.
What is the case number?
It's my lord, PIL contempt suo moto 3 of 23.
After hearing the learned counsel for both the sides, it transpires that this matter is directly connected with the subject matter of PIL.
PIL, yes, suo moto PIL 3 of 2023, my
Suo
lord.
moto PIL 3 of 2023, which is pending before.
No,
the-
that is disposed, my lord. So contempt has come now.
And
Suo moto contempt, my lord, 3 of 23 again.
Suo moto contempt case number 3 of 2023, which is pending before the Honorable Division Bench. As such, registered to take this matter with so and so and list this case before the appropriate bench.
Okay.
Yes, what is this matter?
Petitioner, petition is for cancellation of mutation in favor of private respondent number 5 lordship.
I'm appearing on behalf of respondent number 5 lordship. So
Okay, well,
So petitioner is not there, we'll have to adjourn it. None appears for the read petitioner when the matter is called up. Heard Miss G. Hazarika, Learned Standing Council, Revenue Department, Assam, and Mr.
US Borgohain,
U.S. Bargohain, Learned Council appearing for the
respondent number 5.
Mr. B.J. Talukdar, Learned Senior Government Advocate, Assam has appeared for respondent numbers 2, 3, and 4. G. Hazarika for 1. Since the petitioner's counsel is absent today, this matter cannot be taken up for disposal. Registry to therefore, leave this case again after the puja holidays.
Lovelace.
May it please your lordship. Lordship, may kindly have a look at the last order passed by this honorable court, my lord.
Yes, Mr. Mahanta.
While while the order was passed, my lord, it is, I have filed by additional affidavit, this is annexed here, designation at 76, my lord.
But they have to challenge this order, my lord.
Nothing has been touched, my lord, by the director. While passing the order, nothing has been highlighted. Whatever is, my lord, lordship has passed the order to take a call on that issue. Because while the full communication from their side, admitting that there are another 4 ferry services within the 3.2 kilometer of my ferry service.
No, 1 minute. Why was this writ petition filed? What is the original relief?
Original representative, my lord, are claiming for the remission on the ground that the 4 ferry services operated by the, my lord, Jilla Parishad and the Gaon Panchayat and Anchalik Panchayat, that is come under the 3.2 kilometer of the, my lord, my ferry service in violation of the rule 35 of the Control and Management of Ferries Rule by 1969. So, and another ground was there, during the my operation of this ferry service, due to sinking of the water, the ferry service was stopped. So for that ground, madam, I have to construct.
And then there was a direction to dispose of your representation, seeking remission.
There is a kindly matter have it. That was not a specific order to complete.
Where is para 7?
Only to
Para
submit
7 of 19/7/2023, which page?
It is my lord order. I have annexed, my lord.
Yes, page number.
Page number.
Page number 74, my lord, and relevant portion is 75, my lord. This is the representation they have submitted. Before that, this is the order of the honorable court.
Honorable court order was
69 lordship relevant.
This is page number 66. It is started, my lord. The relevant portion, my lord, from it is started from 68. There is a specific mention, my lord, to communication, their communication. They have never.
What is the direction of this honorable court? Paragraph 7, my lord, page 69.
The director of the Inland Water Transport Department is therefore directed to take into account the representation submitted by the petitioner on such and such, along with the communication dated 13/12/2022 and 15/12/2022, issued by the sectional officer, Budrusha Buses Ferry Services, and the assistant executive engineer, Inland Water Transport Department subdivision. Petitioner is further given the liberty to submit.
So Mr. Mahanta,
My lord.
you see, this entire thing leading to the order dated 23/11/22.
Yes, sir.
That is the order passed by the director. It arises out of a proceeding and an order of the court, which is subsequent to the filing of the writ petition.
Yes.
Now, if it was prior to the filing of the writ petition, then it is a different matter. So this will be treated as a new cause of action. Why don't you challenge it?
It is correct. my lord.
Otherwise, we'll hear it, but then 2 days will go only on hearing
My
whether
lord,
this can be.
one aspect, my lord. Because my 5th installment is due on, my lord, this month, 30th. And my lord, because of not giving the remission, my lord, my already one time, my lord, my default of payment. So
my lord, that was handed, my lord, taken over, and subsequently, after paying some amount, I was again handed over. So now if I fail to pay, then my lord, they will go against me and they will take over this, so I'll be, my lord, deprived. So my lord, one protection may be given, because my lord, they have not taken into call their own communication, by which they have admitted that they have four services are my lord, operating, and this is my lord, in violation of the honorable, my lord, the rule.
So Ramesh, your installment is due when?
It is on 30th of this month. And one my lord, similar order, my lord, to earlier lordship passed in by our High Court, my lord. In that, my lord, circumstances, my lord, the direction.
So
was given-
remission is not a matter of right.
My lord, because the rule provide, my lord. Rule
To
provide.
consider, that's all.
I am on the rule provide, my lord. 34 and 35. If the ferry service is, my lord, not operated more than 15 days, then I am entitled for remission. And if the, my lord, they are violating the 35, the any settlement is come under, my lord, 3.2 kilometer for public service, I am also entitled, my lord. This is our High Court. my
Lordship,
lord.
we have filed our affidavit in the writ petition, Lordship.
We'll have to hear this matter, no
Lordship,
coercive action.
Lordship.
We can't help it.
But there are no
We'll have
courts
to, either we allow or dismiss, it has to be done on a detailed order.
But
Lordship.
still and no corpse action, because if I
Lordship.
fail to pay 30, my lord, time may be granted, my lord, to extend time, my lord.
Lordship, we have already extended.
But
in earlier this
you
money.
have to pay some amount.
Yes.
I pay, my lord, I have signed one, but not the 13 lakhs, my lord. This is very too much, my lord, too high.
How much have you paid?
Already 4 installment I have paid, one is already deposited security, last one installment is remain, my lord, that is in after paying this amount, another amount will be adjusted for my.
So no coercive action subject to payment of the next installment.
But to my
Or
lord,
within 30th of,
30th is not possible, my lord, at least 15 days time may be granted, my lord.
no, why?
My lord, I already.
Something which you have agreed to pay, you have to
I
pay.
already die, my lord.
Huh?
Because I already die, my lord, because the.
You already
amount-
die.
Already, my lord.
Oh, then
Because my lord,
substitution will be-
Then he had to hand over the
amount-
ferry service to
my
the
lord,
department.
Amount, my lord, this is lordship may imagine, they have accepted my lord, bid value. This is 25 times, my lord, higher than their base value. And that is also illegal. They are, my lord, taking the advantage of my ignorance.
Mr.
Ignorance.
Mohanta, this era is over. This is a commercial world now.
I know, my lord, but even then, my lord. this
And
will
what
go-
can the courts go and do about it? We can't sit in appeal over
My lord,
this.
then entire not amount, my lord, at least 50% I will deposit, and after that, my lord, I am.
What is the 50%?
My lord, they 13 lakhs, 50%, my lord,
50% of 13 lakhs.
13 lakhs,
13 lakhs,
13 lakhs, 15%.
one shot,
Huh?
13 lakhs.
What is the total due?
13 lakhs next is money, then half if he is willing to pay, 50% is 6.5. Lordship.
6.5 lakhs you will deposit.
My
We'll take up the matter immediately after vacation.
Lordship.
Heard Mr. P. Mohanto, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioner. Also heard Ms. M. D. Bora, learned standing counsel Transport Department, Assam, appearing for the official respondents. After hearing the submissions made by learned counsel for the parties, this court is of the opinion that this matter would have to be taken up for final disposal at an early date. As such, a registry to list this case for final hearing and disposal at final for disposal at admission stage as a fixed item on 7th of November 2023. At this stage, Mr. Mohanto submits that the installment is due, installment of an amount of rupees 13 lakhs.
13 lakhs, but another 58,000 like that, my lord.
Give the amount, give the.
Yes, I am giving, my lord. Thirteen lakhs 49,663, my lord.
13 lakhs 49,663 is due and payable by his client on or before 30th of September 2023. And therefore, if the petitioner fails to pay the amount, coercive action would be initiated against him. As such, Mr. Mahanta has prayed for interim protection against any coercive action against his client. The prayer has, however, been opposed by Ms. Bora, learned SC, Transport Department, Assam. Be that as it may, having regard to the overall facts and circumstances of the case, it is hereby provided that no coercive action shall be initiated against the writ petitioner till the returnable date, subject to the condition that 50% of the
This
amount,
money.
installment amount be paid by him on or before 30th of September 2023. Full stop. It is however, made clear that if the petitioner fails in the writ petition, he would be liable to pay the balance amount along with interest at the rate of 6% per annum, calculated with effect from 30th of September 2029 till the date of realization.
Lordship may kindly observe this in term of protection only regarding the fourth kiss money, my lord. Otherwise, he will
It
approve.
is also made clear that the interim protection is granted to the petitioner pertaining to the fourth kiss money.
My lord.
No, this is fifth case money, my lord. This is fifth.
Uh,
Coming is fifth.
Pertaining to the
Fifth.
kiss monies, then there will be another on 13th
Another,
of
my lord, this is already deposited. This is security that will be exhausted from them. My lord.
30th of September
September.
2023.
Lordship.
And
Which is due and payable on 30th of September 2000.
already one of the penalty provisions are there, my lord. They
You have to
part-
pay or you have to leave. Nothing can be done. These are commercial transactions.
I know, my lord.
Enough,
but
enough.
When then, my lord, I enter it for revision.
State also needs revenue, Mr. Monto. How will they operate these things? You don't want to pay, the clients want.
No, I am ready to pay, my lord, but that to be complied by the department concerned, my lord.
You've got it, you've got some relief.
I may, my lord, come with.
Okay, my lord.
What is
Last-
this?
My lord, I am appearing on behalf of the conducting counsel, Mr. P. Parama. My lord, on dated 28/3/2023, extra copy was served upon the respondents and acceptance notice is already filed on 28/3/2023. Respondent number 4, 5, and 6 has not filed their affidavit.
What are you reading from? Let me see. You're reading out from something. Let me see. What is it? Made a note. Read it again, read it again.
Respondent number 4, 5, and 6 has not filed their affidavit.
Yes, you are for?
Lordship, I am for council, Lordship, NCL's autonomous council.
So
Lordship,
respondent?
2, 4, and 6, Lordship. Lordship, as per information received from the council, we have done joint verification and assessment and same report has forwarded to PWD government, Lordship. Yes, I can place it if Lordship may give me short time. Lordship.
The petitioner's counsel submits that no affidavit has yet been filed on behalf of respondent numbers 3, 5, and 6.
4, 5, and 6.
4, 5, and 6 in this case. Ms. J. Gogoi Learned Standing Council,
2, 4, and 6, Lordship. NCL's autonomous.
NC Hills Autonomous Council appearing for respondent numbers 2, 4, and 6 submits that in terms of the order of this court, a joint verification was conducted in respect of the land,
Yes, Lordship.
whereafter a report has been prepared. She undertakes to furnish the report to the Learned Standing Council PWD Assam, Mr. B. Gogoi, within 3 days from today for taking further action in the matter. Mr. Gogoi, Learned SC PWD is present on behalf of respondent 5 and Ms. G. Hazarika, Learned SC Revenue Department Assam has appeared for respondent number 1. Ms. S. Sharma, Learned G. Assam is present on behalf of respondent number 3. On the request of Learned Council for the respondents, this matter stands adjourned for 4 weeks so as to enable them to examine the issues and file appropriate affidavit.
Diploma Learned Friends Start, my lord. In this matter, pleadings are completed, my lord. For the Deputy Commissioner, Learned Senior Government Dinar is appearing, my lord, in this matter. I am for Transport Department. Today he is on legs in court number 1 in the APSC matter, Lordship. Lordship may kindly fix the matter in a hearing day immediately after vacation.
What is the issue?
Lordship, yes. The Lordship, there is an impugn order issued where our stoppages have been prohibited and shifted from Dibrugarh town to Muralidhar Jalan station. Now, the ground of challenge is that on earlier 2 occasions, similar actions were taken, wherein the Honorable Court which ended in a settlement, and the Honorable High Court directed to abide by the settlement. They have violated the settlement, firstly. Secondly, there is a process of doing this, Lordship, which is the Regional Transport Authority in consultation.
No, all right. Now this matter has to be heard.
Yes.
My lord.
So after vacation,
Lordship.
Lordship, and on a fixed date, it may be taken up for hearing, Lordship. final disposal.
That's right. After vacation?
Yes.
All right. Heard Mr. D.B. Bora and Council appearing for the expedition. I also heard Ms. M.D. Bora, learned SC. Transport Department Assam, as well as Ms. S. Sharma, learned G. Assam, appearing for official respondents who submit that this matter is ready as regards pleadings and can be taken up for final disposal at the stage of admission hearing. In view of the above submission and as agreed to by learned counsel for both the sides, registered to list this case again on 9th of November 2023 in the column of disposal at the stage of admission hearing as a fixed item.
DP of letter.
Item 33.
May please your lordship, regarding renewal of pharmacist license of the petitioner.
I pray for some further time, madam. Actually, the Assam Pharmacy Council is not, my lord, functioning as on date. The elections has not been held, the register is already, term is over. So, my lord, I pray for some
My
further
lord,
time.
during pendency of the my lord renewal, that the inquiry made, my lord, regarding certificate of authenticity of certificate, that is, my lord, calm, my lord. That is
part I
also
can
communicated,
understand.
it's authentic. Even then, my lord, it's pending.
Okay, how much
3
more
weeks,
time?
my lord.
Huh?
Let it be after 3 weeks. Let me see what.
Later, after vacation, date, any date. may-
Yes, then.
Heard Mr. C. Goswami, learned counsel.
No one
appearing
is
for the
very how-
petitioner. Also heard Mr. B. Gogoi,
My lord.
learned standing counsel. Health
Health
and
Department.
Family Welfare Department, Assam, appearing for the official respondents who submits that instructions are still awaited.
Well-
And therefore, further 4 weeks' time be granted for obtaining instruction and filing affidavit in the matter, if so required. Full stop. Mr. Goswami has sought posting of this matter again by fixing a firm date. In view of the above, admission hearing of this writ petition stands adjourned for 4 weeks. Register to list this case again for admission hearing on 15th of November 2023 as a fixed item. Yes.
Obviously.
Item 34.
Yes.
Lordship, in this case, petitioner passed out PTS course from Lordship, one of the College of Bangalore, Lordship, thereafter registration was made in the Karnataka Dental Council, Lordship. Thereafter, she
For this matter, the affidavit of the state will be required.
My lord, this is, the issue is very simple, my lord. I obtained the instruction from the Registrar of Dental, Assam Dental Council that, my lord, her internship certificate, in the internship certificate, a small defect was there. So she was requested by the registrar to get it rectified and to submit the application. And then she has not done it, my lord. That is the reason. Otherwise, she will be granted the transfer, my lord. Because in the internship certificate, that defect can be cured by herself by filing an application in the concerned college, my lord. So she was requested to rectify that and to submit the application, but she has not submitted the application till date, my lord.
Lordship, it was, her application was not accepted by the registrar, Lordship, on the ground that duration.
Right, we'll post it for final hearing in due course. What is there in it? He's saying just rectify. the
Lordship,
error.
there is a
We'll
one.
issue a direction to the register to consider it. You are arguing register is not accepted.
Lordship, fact is that Lordship, duration in the Rajiv Gandhi Health Science College, Lordship, it is 1 month. But it is stated
Mr.
that
Majumdar, the relief your client could have got, you are the one who has stopped it. Heard Mr. Majumdar, learned counsel for the petitioner, heard Mr. D.P. Vola, learned standing counsel, Health and Family Welfare Department. After hearing the submissions made at the bar, this writ petition is directed to be listed again on 10th of November 2023, so as to enable the petitioner's counsel to obtain updated instruction. Why did you stop it? We could have issued a mandamus right away. Don't you think you've done enormous damage to your client today? Very sad.
Time being matter item 27.
Okay, kindly allows to withdraw this matter, liberty will be given
Which is the provision?
with section 12 lordship. Section 12 of the Assam Land and Acquisition Act 1964 lordship.
I think, Lordship, in section 12, where there is any disagreement with regard to the compensation payable under subsection 4 of section 11 of the application, the person entitled to compensation requiring matter to be referred to the court, refer the matter to the decision of the court. Most probably it is to be referred by the deputy commissioner, most probably, Lordship. Your Lordship may kindly, if I am not wrong, Lordship, because the comment part also there is a decision.
This acquisition notice was issued under 1890, Act of 1890.
Lordship. Notice from court.
My lord, in this case, redetermination of land value has been paid for against the order of the deputy commissioner. So my lord, this case is leading by M. Kolita. And suddenly one of the relatives had expired yesterday and he has gone to Patsala. So this case was not listed for a long time because the original petitioner, Devendranath Sharma, has already expired. And thereafter, his wife's name has been included. So I am also not in touch this case. So another short date may be given to prepare for.
Your name?
My name is M. Sharma.
Mr. M. Sharma, learned counsel for the petitioners. has
This is
appeared
mine, but Kolita is leading this case.
and submits that the arguing counsel engaged in this case, Mr. M. Kalita, has suffered a bereavement as a result of which he is not available in the court today. First up, Mr. H. Sharma, learned additional senior government advocate, Assam, appearing for the respondent numbers.
Lordship. 3, 4, and 6.
3, 4, and 6 submits that since the primary grievance of the petitioner is pertaining to the amount of compensation determined by the collector, the remedy would lie in a reference made to the district judge, court of learned district judge, and therefore the writ petition is not maintainable in the eye of law. Similarly, the stand of Ms. N. Bordole, Learned Standing Counsel, Revenue Department, Assam, appearing for the respondent number.
And for 1.
Respondent number 1. Be that as it may, on the request of learned counsel for the petitioner, this writ petition is directed to be posted again after the Puja holidays, so as to enable the learned counsel for the petitioner to address arguments on the question of maintainability of the writ petition.
It's AI. Item 22.
May it please your lordship, my lord. My lord, here we have challenged the order at page 103, my lord, dated 22nd June 2022, issued by the registered cooperative societies, my lord. My lord, here our grievance is that, my lord, the petitioner, one of the shareholder of Dibru Dangori River Part 1 Main Mall, my lord. My lord, the election notified for this board of director, my lord, on my lord 24/2022, Annex 9, page 61. Pursuant thereto, my lord, the petitioner sought for contesting election and applied for the assistant registrar. However, assistant registrar saying that the petitioner has not appeared at least in 2 last meeting AGM of the society. Therefore, under section 40 within bracket 2, my lord, subsection 2 of the Assam Cooperative Societies Act, he cannot contest election, my lord, by invoking section 40 subsection 2, my lord. That on the ground that the petitioner has not turned up in at least 2 AGM, last 2 AGM, my lord. Now, my lord, 104, the page, my lord, the impugn order. If lordship may kind enough to peruse the second paragraph, my lord, 104, on the submission of nomination. Sri Manoranjan Das has filed his nomination paper on the basis of voter list published for the annual general meeting, but his nomination paper was rejected owing to his absence in the annual general meeting on 2 occasions within the last 5 years, as is required under the provision of Assam Cooperative Society Act 2007. And thereafter, Manoranjan Das filed his petition on voter list. Now, my lord, second paragraph.
So just a minute. This order was passed on 22nd June 2022.
Yes, my lord.
Rejecting your,
Rejecting, before that, my lord, I approached them, my lord, raised them, my lord.
no, no,
Within
rejecting your what?
rejecting, upholding my rejection, my lord.
Your prayer for accepting your nomination was rejected by? Originally rejected by?
By the assistant registrar, I could not contest the election, my lord. And since the election was already notified, therefore, on earlier round of litigation, my lord, at page 98, the honorable court said that since election notified, so therefore, whatever you have grievance, you raise your grievance under the rule 27 before the registrar. Accordingly, we filed the representation before the registrar, my lord.
So now today, what is the relief you want? The election
Relief,
should
my
be
lord,
set aside and it should
yes,
be
my
held
lord,
afresh.
because kindly see, my lord, the answer is here itself in the imprint order, my lord. Third paragraph, my lord. In middle from 6th line, my lord, it is started like 104 page. It is on record. 104 page, my lord, from below it is 14th line. It is on record that the society could not hold regular annual general meeting election for last 5 years due to some legal complications, and the last annual general meeting held for the year 2016-17. My lord, some cases were going on and it is on record, and the private respondents, they also filed affidavit, my lord, response 6 and 7, saying that my lord, that the AGM was last held in 2017. Thereafter, no AGM held. So, now, my lord, kindly see, my lord, section 40.
So when was the last AGM election held?
2017. Date they have, para 16, they have stated, my lord, in their affidavit.
When was the last AGM election of the society held?
They also say, my lord, 16-17.
1679.
Para 16, my lord, they also say 16-17, date is not there. So, my lord, there was some cases pending. So for that.
Presently, the affairs are being run by the board, elected board or?
Yes,
one by
yes, yeah, elected.
board? When was this board elected?
5/5/2022, my lord.
The term is for 5 years.
5 years, my lord, as per section 31. my lord.
So you wanted to contest election?
Yes, my lord.
Your nomination paper was rejected.
Wrongly rejected by
According to you, wrongly rejected.
invoking section 40 subsection 2, my lord.
Mr. Das, if you listen to what I am saying,
My lord,
we will be able to wind up this matter a little earlier, nothing else. Your prayer for nomination, submitting nomination was turned down. Against that order, you filed an appeal before the register. That appeal was also rejected by the impugned order dated 22/6/2022. Your ground is that the orders have been passed on arbitrary and illegal consideration. If these orders are set aside, what is the relief that you are seeking today, assuming that you succeed?
My lord, my prayer is that, my lord, that the elections, the elected body should be, my lord, set aside, my lord, the board of directors, and there should be fresh election, my lord.
Show me a judgment which permits this. You can't get this. You see, you read the law, you will see where the remedy lies. Improper rejection of nomination. There are the rules. Which are the rules? The election has to be called in question of some candidate.
Well, Assam Cooperative Societies, my lord,
for
that the
that,
election rule
If I
is.
say something, my lord, if your lordship permits me.
Hmm.
My lord, what has happened? My lord, entire case of the petitioner is different. My lord, the impugn order has been passed on a different premise. The application, my lord, filed by the petitioner is on a totally different premise. And now the argument is inconsistent with the pleadings, my lord. In fact, what was the, my lord, application is that the voter list, my lord, suffers from infirmity, incorrectness. And the, my lord, argument which is made, it is never a ground, either before the honorable court on the earlier proceeding or before the register. If your lordship sees, my lord, the application filed by him, it's not a ground. The only ground is that the voter list suffers from, my lord, incorrectness. And the register, my lord, having, my lord, heard all the contesting parties and, my lord, also perused the records, found that, my lord, voter list does not suffer from any infirmity. Now he is asking for a certiorari. Unless there is a pleadings, my lord, that, my lord, the findings, my lord, is perverse or it is irrational, my lord. Your lordship will not issue a writ of certiorari, my lord. And it is not a case that, my lord, he was not heard. He must show, my lord, that the order suffers from manifest illegality or, my lord, from the vice of natural justice. He was not heard. That is also not his case. And the oral argument, my lord, is not based on, my lord, the pleadings. It's a different premise on which, my lord, the registrar had passed the order. That was not his case. That my nomination has been rejected, my lord, illegally, arbitrarily. That is not his case, my lord. Totally, my lord, he is arguing on a different premise, my lord.
No,
So
my
that is not permissible because it is inconsistent with the pleading, my lord. This is my humble submission.
My lord, for that, my lord, my representation is at page 89. Para, my lord, 4 of my representation before the register, my lord, may I read the small para, my lord? That upon Sri Dilip Das Khitan and Ananda Das have also submitted representations that 7/27/4/2020 before Deputy Commissioner Tinsukia, failing their grievance against candidate who sought for submitting nomination for election for the Samabay Committee without being completed 5 years of tenure as members of the committee. My lord, without that, my lord, for so far this petitioner is concerned, my lord, he even submitted representation. He that time did not know, submitted representation before the deputy commissioner, stating that our nomination have been arbitrarily rejected because there was no meeting of last 5 years of the cooperative society, and by the impugn order also, whereby it is stated that yes, on one hand it is stated, my lord, I did not appear for 2 meetings, at least in 2 meetings. And in the second paragraph, it is stated, for last 5 years, there was no meeting. So it is self-contradictory itself, my lord, by the impugn order, my lord. Lordship, again for the third paragraph, my lord.
Just a minute.
Yes.
Please take your seat. I will go through some orders. and then- So did your client raise any file any objection as regards the voters list before holding the election?
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. And to that effect, my lord, page 94, this is the communication issued by the, my lord, District
We'll hear the
Development
matter in due course.
Commiss.
There's no urgency here. Heard
My
Mr.
lord, after vacation, my lord.
Yes,
After-
okay, that's learned counsel appearing for the lead petitioner, also heard Mr. The learned standing counsel corporation department also appearing for the respond numbers.
My lord, I am for 1, 2. I'm sorry, my lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, my lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, my lord.
1, 2, 3, 4, and Ms. S. Sharma, learned government advocate Assam appearing for respond numbers 5 and 6. Ms. U. Burwal and senior counsel assisted by. You are for 7 and 8 and assisted by Mr. DJ Maybe are present on behalf of respond numbers 7 and 8. None is appeared for respond number 9. The order dated 22/6/2022 passed by the Register of Cooperative Societies from Assam is under challenge in the present writ petition. Peruse the amendments made in the writ petition. Having regard to the grounds urged by the petitioner's counsel, this court is of the opinion that the matter would call for deeper consideration. As such, admit the writ petition since the parties are already. Who is appearing for respond number 9?
My lord, we have taken steps and perhaps service is completed, my lord.
Since service of notice is already complete on all the respondents, no further notice is required to be sent in this case. Registry list is for final hearing in the 3rd week of November 2023. Parties to exchange pleadings in the meantime, if not already done. Mr. Das, you don't have any case.
My lord, I will try, my lord, because my lord, section
You
40.
don't have a case and I don't have enough time to write a good judgment before vacation. That's the
Six.
only reason.
Section 42, my lord, I will satisfy, my lord, that was wrongly invoked in my case, my lord. Since they have said, my lord, no meeting was held, so how they can say, my lord, that you were not, but
You prepare.
I will. Oblige, my lord.
In respect to my lord, justice service, I have filed the affidavit.
Justice service on which respondent?
Number 2, 3 and 4.
2, 3 and 4 I am appearing, man. But they don't have any case as on date at least, man. Because that board that they challenged in 2022, a letter of 2018, man, and maintainability, man, first order was kept open in this petition. But in any case, as of now, my lord, your lordship, I will just place the documents. My lord, that
You are appearing
board has been dissolved under section 39 on 23/6/23. And one-man board is operating since 4/7/23.
Here the question is, my lord, whether, my lord,
Wait,
the
wait.
bylaw, which
Yeah,
was, my lord,
because-
formulated by them, that was acted upon or not. Whether bylaw is, my lord, at all
Okay,
unconstitutional.
now it's come for order. We'll have it for admission after
yes.
the question.
Well, that
No, whether it survives, board has been dissolved.
board dissolved and it's now one-man board is functioning since July, man. Both of you.
So you,
I challenge that, my lord, whether the bylaw is constitutional or, my lord, it has got any constitution.
My lord, your lordship will, that will be a new, your lordship may come to my lord the prayer, my lord, what is their prayed, my lord. How can this petition survive? Their page 95, my lord, their prayer. Your lordship understand.
page 95,
Page
it's a
95.
short petition, Mr.
My lord, lordship, I just
Mr.
say, the impugned decision and consequent action in electing and selecting the representative of A-class shareholder.
That election was done and now it's over, my lord, term over.
Bylaws. Therefore, my lord, whether bylaw has to be acted upon or not, there is a question involved.
So, Mr. Pokas, would you please pay attention for a minute?
My lord,
All these controversies pertaining to the previous election, right?
my lord, my lord,
That board has gone.
my lord,
Now a fresh election has to be initiated.
my lord.
At that stage, you raise all your points, and if it is not acted upon by the authority, then you come again.
Then lordship kindly close the matter with a observation that I may have the liberty to.
Yes, yes, liberty will always be there.
Because, my
You will
lord,
have a liberty to come again with a coin-size writ petition
I
like
challenge
this.
him, my lord,
challenge, my lord, the note, my lord.
But make it
that-
within 100 pages.
No, this time, my lord, obviously it will be,
It'll be bigger.
no,
Heard Mr. A.K. Purkar, the learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioners, also heard Mr. S.K. Talukdar, learned standing counsel corporation department, Assam, appearing for the respond numbers
1, 5 and 8, 5 to 8 months.
1 and 5 to 8.
I am 2 and 3, my 4, that board is no longer there.
Mr. B.D. Goswami, learned counsel has appeared for respond numbers 2 and 3. In this writ petition, the primary grievance of the petitioner is pertaining to the identification of a particular category of shareholders for casting votes in the previous elections stroke AGM of the society held on. When was the AGM held on?
That was also not challenged by anybody.
AGM, previous AGM.
Yes.
according to them, it is expired.
In 2018, your lordship.
In the year 2018.
Yes, 18.
First of all, the petitioners have also assailed the bylaws of the society by contending that the same were discriminatory and therefore deserves interference by this court. First of today, when the matter is called up, Mr. Goswami, learned counsel for the respond numbers 2 and 3, has produced a copy of the notification dated 23/6/2023 to submit that the on expiry of the tenure of the board, that is the respond number 4 herein, the same has been dissolved and an one-man committee, namely Sri H.K. Gayan, in charge zonal joint register of cooperative societies, has been appointed to manage the affairs of the Union Cooperative Bank Limited. Therefore, according to Mr. Goswami, nothing survives for adjudication in this writ petition at this point of time. Similar is the stand of Mr. Talukdar, learned SC Corporation Department, Assam. After going through the materials available on record, I find force in the submission of learned counsel for the respondents. This writ petition is therefore disposed of as infructuous by granting liberty to the writ petitioner to agitate its grievances before the one-man committee, and also as and when fresh AGM/elections are notified by taking all such grounds as may be available to them under the law. Full stop.
Basically, my lord, that, my lord, rule 60, by law, clause 16 of bylaws. Whether it has to be acted upon or not, when there is a question, my lord, I raised
In the process, the petitioners would also be at liberty to urge before the authorities.
Yes.
As to the applicability of certain provisions of the bylaws of the society.
Item 46.
Writ petition stands disposed.
My lord, lordship make an observation. This order, my lord, cannot be interpreted to preclude, my lord, the AGM election which are required to be held under the law.
Right now, I can
That
challenge
is
that, my
not,
lord.
that is understood.
Yes.
Why
Lordship
should
will
it?
make an observation, my lord.
No.
That he will again file an application before the one-man committee,
Hmm.
and my lord, the election AGM will be stopped.
This
My lord,
is
one-man
policy.
committee is
This is
required to hold within 90 days under 41(6), my lord.
You
No,
hold
no.
it.
I shall have the, my lord, liberty to challenge that, my lord, bylaws, if so advised.
We'll see when
My
the,
lord.
Yes,
we'll see how to cross the bridge when we reach it.
My lord.
my lord,
Right
copy
now-
of the, my lord, which was produced.
I'll give it.
Yes, next meeting.
On this matter, we were required to file the affidavit in operation. We are filing it during the course of the day, madam.
Ms. R. Chaudhary, learned counsel is present on behalf of the writ petitioners. Mr. N. K. Devnath, learned standing counsel, Panchayat and Rural Development Department, Assam, submits that the affidavit prepared on behalf of the department is being filed during the course of the day. Therefore, this matter be adjourned for 10 days. Prayer allowed. Let this case be listed again after 2 weeks. In the meantime, the writ petitioners may file rejoinder if so advised.
Okay.
Item 37.
In the meantime, subject to filing of counter affidavit by the petitioners during the course of the day, the lead petitioners may.
Lordship, may I peruse the last order, Lordship, 19/4/2023.
What is the matter about?
This is, Lordship, the land compensation, Lordship. Connected matters are there, Lordship. But this matter was transferred from Itanagar bench, Lordship.
Oh. All right, none appears for the writ petitioner when the matter is called up. Mr. A. Chandran, learned additional senior government advocate, State of Arunachal Pradesh, is present on behalf of respondent numbers 3 and 4. It appears that the petitioners counsel were absent even on the previous date. Full stop. It further appears that this writ petition was transferred from the Naharlagun bench. Is it called Naharlagun bench? or
Itanagar permanent.
Itanagar permanent bench of this court to the principal seat. And the name of the council reflected in the cause list also belongs to, and the council whose name is reflected in the cause list also belongs to the Itanagar bar.
Lordship.
In view of the above, registered to send notice to the petitioner regarding pendency of this writ petition afresh. List this case again after service of notice. Same order to be passed in item number 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Is it?
43, Lordship.
And 43.
Much obliged, Lordship.
So how many matters are there?
Item 45 will require some time. We've written to them, but we've not received any response. The deputy commissioner, district commissioner Kachar.
Then let her.
My lord, we have filed an IA with regard to item 45, my lord, to correction order passed by learned the Honorable Justice K.R. Surana Court. That's why it may be listed before appropriate bench, not lordship.
In item 45.
44 and 48 both, lordship.
So you write, Mr.
M.H. Shaikh, lordship.
M.H. Shaikal counsel for the petitioner in item 45 submits that an IA has been filed taking correction of an order passed by the learned single judge in this case, and therefore this matter be listed before the appropriate bench along with item
44 and
44. Full stop. Ms. S. Sharma, learned government advocate Assam, appearing for the official respondent, submits that instructions as called for in item 44 are still awaited. Ms. G. Hazarika, learned standing counsel Revenue Department Assam, as well as Ms. J. Gogoi, learned standing counsel Water Resources Department, are present on behalf of the respondents in item 44. On the request of Mr. Sekia, these matters be listed before the appropriate bench.
Lordship.
Item 46.
Lordship, this matter was fixed for disposal, but initial stage also the respondent number 5 was not issued notice, Lordship. Lordship, the learned single judge at the motion stage did not issue notice. However, as per their affidavit, the entire process was carried out on a petition by respondent number 5, who is the local MLA. As per the affidavit of the respondents, page 45. Therefore, Lordship, notice may be issued to respondent number 5 also. Initially, it was not issued.
Okay, I heard Mr. D.P. Bora, learned counsel appearing for the petitioner. Also heard Ms. S. Sharma, learned G. Assam appearing for the respondent numbers 2, 3, and 4. Ms. G. Hazarika, learned SC Revenue, is present on behalf of the respondent number 1. After hearing the submissions of learned counsel for the parties, this court is of the opinion that the writ petition cannot be finally disposed of without serving notice upon respondent number 5. However, it appears that there is no order of this court for service of notice upon the respondent number 5. In view of the above, issue notice of motion upon the respondent number 5, returnable in 4 weeks. Petitioner to take steps by registered post with AD within 3 days from today. Let this matter be listed again after the Puja holidays along with appropriate office note. Yes. Item 47, non-appears for the petitioner on call. What is this matter? So we'll sit at 2 then. Yes. Who, you are in which item?
48, my lord.
Huh?
48, my lord.
As per Logima Court's order dated 31/8, my lord, service is complete, my lord.
What is it? 47? Let us see. We can finish it off, only 2 matters. None appears for the applicant when the matter is called up. This IS stands passed over for the day.
As per Logima Court's order dated 31/8/23, my lord, service upon respondent 5 and 6 is complete. And respondent 1 to 4 as well as respondent number 5 has filed their affidavit. I would require 3 weeks time to file my rejoinder.
Heard Mr.
HK Sharma.
HK Sharma, learned counsel for the petitioner, also heard Mr. RK Talukdar, learned counsel appearing for respondent number
234, my lord.
234. None has appeared for the respondent number 1, although the name of the learned DSGI is shown in the cause list. Peru's Logima Court order dated 31/8/2023, which goes to show that service of notice upon respondent numbers 5 and 6 is complete in this case. In view of the above, registry to list this case for admission after 2 weeks. In the meantime, what do you want to do?
Rejoinder to the affidavit filed by respondent 1
In the
to 4.
meantime, the petitioner may file rejoinder to the counter affidavit filed by the respondent number 5.
1 to 4 as well as respondent.
1 to 4 as well as respondent number 5. Yes.
Much obliged.
May I please, your lordship?
Hmm.
Lordship, in this matter, we have filed an IA for amendment of the cost title, your lordship. Lordship, may kindly see page number 6 of the writ petition, your lordship. Lordship, respondent number 4 has been typed twice. It's there in page number 5 as well as in page number 6, your lordship. And respondent number 6 name has to be corrected, your lordship. So,
We'll take it up tomorrow. Let the standing council help be there.
your lordship, on the last date, the standing council stated that they have no objection with regard to this, your lordship. So,
All right, then come at to call them.
I'll call this.
Yes.
Lordship, I has been filed to amend the cost title. Lordship, may kindly take a look at page 6 of the writ petition, your lordship.
Hmm.
Your lordship, respondent number 4 has been typed for the second time. Lordship, it's already there on page number 5. And on 6, it has been repeated, your lordship, that needs to be deleted. And lordship, respondent number 6 name has to be corrected. Lordship, it's Sudhi, DH has to be typed, lordship. So only page number 6 needs to be amended, your lordship.
Yes, what do you have to say?
I don't have any objection, madam.
All right, heard Mr.
HR does.
HR Das, learned counsel appearing for the applicant. Also heard Mr. DP Bora, learned government advocate Assam. Sorry, learned
Standing
standing
counsel.
counsel Health and Family Welfare Department Assam. Appearing for the official respondents, stroke opposite parties. This IA has been filed with a prayer to grant leave to the writ petitioner to amend the cost title on the ground that the name of the respondent number 4 has been included twice. And there is a spelling error in the name of respondent number 6. I have perused the statements made in the IA. Mr. Bora submits that he would have no objection if the prayer for amendment of the writ petition is allowed. In view of the above and considering the justification furnished by the applicant in the IA, the prayer for amendment of writ petition is hereby allowed. The writ petition be amended as per the prayer made in this IA. Within 2 weeks thereafter, a copy of the amended writ petition be filed by serving advance copy upon the respondents council. I stands before.
Obliged.